27,632,000. This is rip5.wad by a guy. Does this play in Hangar? It does not. It plays in Toxin Refinery.
Interesting.
Interesting choice.
I guess since there's a bunch of other rips, they may have wanted them to, like, have many of them loaded.
Mini rips. This is the worst deathmatch map. It's not the worst. There's been worse deathmatch maps. I do appreciate that it is a single texture and a single height. That's how you know it's a good map. It's that Super Wolfenstein design. Alright, that was rip5.wad. This is rip6.wad.
Well, these are at least short.
There's been a lot of, you know, thankfully quick stuff that goes on in Maximum Doom. This plays in E3M1. Okay. The rare Hellkeep edit, I guess? Ah, the elusive double Hellkeep. I see. So that links that. I mean, everything else seems to be exactly the same. It's just two of them. Ah, so this teleports me to the other one, I guess. And if I go through this, yep, it teleports me back there. Okay. But other than that, it's exactly the same. It is. This is kind of hilarious, honestly. Was there always a stuck demon on Hellkeep?
I don't... Hey, Matt.
Everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
A little
on our end, we can.
Yep. It's time for this is the rest of Maximum Doom.
Yeah. Double Hellkeep. I can't get through this door. No,
Double Hellkeep.
Alright, so that was rip5.wad. It sure ripped ass. Oh, or that's right, that was rip6. That was by Jeremy Dyer and Nick Tucker. They're both high school students, MK2 wannabes. If you're familiar with Rip4, you'll notice it's just a remake of E3M1, and there are two of them connected in several places. You have some interesting battles, blah, 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 blah. You can distribute it, no lawsuits this time. Rip5, it looks like these were all done by the same two high school students. This is Rip7.wad. What's the beer of the evening, Matt?
You know me all too well. The beer of the evening is a beer by the Icarus Brewing Company called Fluffist.
Fluffist.
And Fluffist. It is an imperial milk stout with cacao, vanilla, graham cracker, and marshmallows. Basically, it's a s'more beer.
I feel
okay.
like
Alright, I see that we've gone full meme.
that sounds like that'd be nice as like a milkshake.
It's a dessert beer. I file it under dessert beer.
Let's see.
Let's see. Wait, what's the alcohol content on this thing? Because there's a lot of sweet things in it. Oh Christ, wait, is that 11 or 13? That is a. Fuck! Come on, eyeballs. That is an 11. Wow.
I'm almost done a lot sooner with the Doom 1 portion, so by like that metric, I'm enjoying it more than the Doom 2 portion. I feel like there haven't been as many standout maps in the Doom 1 portion, though. Like, the Doom 2 portion occasionally had a map that was like, oh, this is actually a decent map.
Oh, this looks like a deathmatch map.
This is definitely a
this
deathmatch
was-
map.
Icarus Brewing is in Lakewood, New Jersey. Hey.
There you go. That was Rip 8 or Rip 7.wad. Same
So
guys.
Ah.
They're Ridge Racer has-beens this time. Good ideas. You can distribute it. You need the Gravis ultrasound for best results, though. This is Rip 8.wad.
Are there any ports that actually emulate the Gravis ultrasound?
Your mom.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. The best port. This plays in. I love that they just play in. It has to be for the music, right? Wait,
Oh my lord.
Hold on, this is Rip 8. Well, this was in something else, wasn't it? We've seen this before.
This is Rip 3.wad, I think, but it fixes most of the problems.
Oh, okay, that's why we've seen this before.
Guess there were bugs or something.
Okay, well
Yeah,
that
this
was
looks familiar.
that was Rip 8.wad. This is RMH.wad.
This is an interesting one. This is an interesting beer.
Interesting beer. Well, I mean, fucking putting a s'more in some beer sounds pretty interesting.
It is kind of crazy. It's you definitely taste the sweetness from the vanilla and the milk stout, but oh man, this has to
After
be a
you,
slow sipper because it is rich.
After you finish it, are you gonna have some more of it?
Aha. Well, I only got one can of it, so no.
How do you only get one can of it?
Well, because maybe I don't want some more, depending on how complex.
No, I meant like, how do you
flavor-
only buy one can of it?
Oh no, but you get single cans of stuff where I get beer.
Oh,
I think
okay.
You can put together like multiple, like make your own.
Oh,
six-packs, but
okay,
it doesn't
okay,
Really, like make
yeah.
a difference. You
Yeah.
just buy them single.
Okay.
It's all about different kinds. It's all about different kinds of beer and tasting the world.
A lot of the
The world-
Doom 2 maps were Doom 1 conversions, that's correct. And a lot of the good maps in the Doom 2 portion were Doom 1 conversions. So there certainly were good maps made for Doom 1.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just feel like they probably front-loaded everything into the Doom 1 portion, or Doom 2 portion, because that's what they figured people were going to play, because all the master levels themselves only play in Doom 2, so it wouldn't really make much sense to buy the master levels for Doom 1. Which is why I thought all the Doom 1 maps were simply converted to Doom 2.
Is it true that like if you get the what is it, either Bethesda's port of Doom 1 or Doom 2, you can buy, or no, you don't buy, but you can get the add-ons regardless of what game you own if you like bought one or the other, or does it like come with both at the same time?
I don't know.
I
I don't use the Bethesda
Yeah.
ports because I have like a moral opposition to replacing the health kits symbol.
Oh no, you're
Oh
one of
my
those.
God.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, also, the Nazi levels. Yeah,
Wolfenstein censorship.
the Wolfenstein levels. You can't censor those either. That's
I
that's
fucking-
fucking going too far.
One
Okay.
thing I love how Sponge re-recorded like the end of the SS call line for the new port. So it's like, shut
That to me is like the most nonsensical censorship because like, who's getting offended that you're killing Nazis
It's
besides Nazis?
it's to get released in Germany.
Yeah.
That
They
makes
still
sense.
have some archaic laws around certain iconography in video games. I mean, like still, like actually there's definitely people petitioning the I forget the name of the board, the Flurgen Blurgen Gargan Dargan, and it's like
That's actually the name of the board, Matt. You got it.
yeah,
exactly
it's the name of the board now, and it's a long ass name about like I think roughly translated it's like media for young people or something Geschaft, I don't know.
You know,
But
if there's one lesson that I don't want to teach my children, it's killing Nazis.
Yeah, as a Jew, I could see how that would be a rough topic.
Definitely don't want
Nazis
them to.
are our friends.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, in order to get it like sold in Germany, which is like, you have to like kind of adhere to like a whole bunch of laws, and
Things are more lax now, but like you still
Yeah.
have to. I think you still have to apply for like an exception, and need reasoning for it. And it's a whole-
Reason you kill Nazi like.
I think there was still like, unless it's used in a historical. I remember there was like an indie game that kind of like was like portrayed as like an educational thing, or like an educational like about like World War II, and they came under fire for actually releasing the game. It was I think Germans that made it, so like they had to be careful about what kind of how they portrayed Nazis.
I mean,
and use the
I
iconography.
get that Germans made it, considering they were the Nazis.
Oh well, how? But like, yeah, it's still a contentious topic, especially, and I don't think it's ever going to like really clear up, even like now, because like now there's like murmurs of like a far right group kind of like worming its way into their parliament. It's I don't know.
There's something
Like-
probably nothing to worry about there. That's never
Nothing to worry
happened
about.
before.
Germany? No,
Yeah.
nothing to worry about.
No,
But
when
yeah,
when European countries start talking about exterminating the Jews, that's never led to anything.
No, never.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So who knows? Who knows what's gonna whatever happen? Eh.
Do you have a favorite non-gameplay Doom mod? Like, what does that mean?
Hmm. Is it like?
Oh, I guess we could do for a list my top 5 PWADs.
Oh shit! No, that's gonna be hard to guess, but you'd have to like, I don't know. You'd have to provide a hint with that one. Because,
I guess I
we're
would.
You're using 25 years of 20 yeah, we're like roughly a quarter of a century of maker stuff.
Favorite.
It took a long time to do the music, and there wasn't like a ton of tracks there, less than 100. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of WADs.
Sure.
Yeah. You'd have to say like it's like within like a certain subset.
Yeah, I guess we could break it down by like my favorite modern, my favorite classics. We could get a lot of lists out of those.
Yeah, like if you like bound it in years, or like use like an interval of years, or like even among maybe like no, I guess years could be a good one.
I had a great call today that was making me think of like my top 5 favorite business calls I've ever had. Which is obviously a list that I just have to say. I couldn't nobody could guess them. I actually came up with a list of them. They were some amazing ones. There were some that didn't make the list. Like, for example, one that didn't make the list was, hey, would it be okay if I bring a gun to work?
And this is California?
This is California. To put that in context, 2 of my employees had to go to what could charitably be described as a crack den to do some measurements for future improvements, at which point one of them called me and asked if I would be okay with him carrying.
Understandable, but wow.
I told him what I don't know can't hurt me. Where do I make these lists? I just come up with them. Because lists are fun. People like lists.
Yeah, and he doesn't publish them to BuzzFeed or anything, so you'll never get to read them. You just have to experience us guessing the list here when you
Number
watch.
8 will shock you.
Oh
Number 8 will
shit!
shock me, yeah. So that's
Number
that's
7
the
will make you
quality
kill
of
your
stuff
parents.
that I'm talking about. That yeah, no, there've been some good ones, but yeah. If Can I Bring a Gun to Work didn't make the list. There's some great ones on there.
So to elaborate on non-gameplay, Gascart.
Oh,
the
Doom mod that
Doom-
doesn't
the
change
Doom
the gameplay has
Actually,
actual
new
new levels, but isn't just a custom level. You mean like, hold on, like a mega
like
wad?
a partial like maybe like a partial conversion. Maybe is that like the
Oh, that does.
the term.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So, it's not just custom levels, but like asset changes as well.
Yeah.
How would things like Valiant or whatever count, where it's most, well, I guess Valiant is about as extended as you get for MBF. But
I mean,
I was
like, yeah, how extensive are we going? Are we going like full on total conversion? Because
Yeah. Valiant.
I'm not gonna
actually
give the
would
answer to
be-
that because there's another good list. Is top 5 total conversions.
Yeah, and like Valiant, I think as large as it is, Valiant is still kind of like technically in the partial conversion range because it still is.
well, very much so.
Yeah, very doomy. Like total conversion seeks to like just completely transmogrify your experience as best as it can.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly. That's a good word. Transmogrify.
Transmogrify, great word.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got the yellow key that way. That makes sense. Man, the worst midis play on like the worst times.
Top 5 worst midis.
Man,
That'd be like me just doing top 5 midis,
Yeah.
which I might just one day. Fuck it, why not? Whatever.
We did-
I can't even think what my top 5 midis would be. I can think like a top 20 and put them in no order, and that's
We
still
did, like,
hard.
top 5 IWAD midis the other day, but nah.
Yeah, top 5 I want. That was like legitimately really fucking hard.
Yeah.
Just to like come up. Top 10 Doom tracks is already done. We did top 5, not top 10. And they were IWAD only, because if you don't limit that to IWAD. Is this Betray.wad? No, this is not Betray.wad.
Oh my god.
Okay. This song pops into my head more than any other song at the most just random times for no reason. And it's the only part of this song that anybody remembers that does it, which makes it even worse.
What playing?
What's Up by Four Non Blondes.
Yeah, this song has a way of worming itself into my brain.
That's the part that just randomly throughout the day will pop into my head.
I said, hey.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Let me try.
Yeah, I always my brain says it's Cher, and it's like it's not Cher. It's a completely different person, but it sounds like Cher.
This song might qualify for my most liked song that I don't actually like. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
Like your brain is fixated on it for some reason, but it's
Like
just why.
I never listen to this song ever. Like I would never choose to listen to this song or whatever, but it's catchy as fuck. Contains new levels isn't just an ordinary Doom level, but isn't a total conversion either. I mean, like Valiant, I guess would
So,
be
yeah,
Valiant would be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
answer to that question. It would be Valiant.
Yeah.
Or
That is really good.
Valiant, because the only other answers to that question that would even remotely qualify I've worked on, so no.
Yeah.
There's I guess like what is it? Dead Air, Dead Wire.
Yeah, Dead
Oh,
Wire.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
okay,
really
that
good. Yeah.
qualifies.
I guess that one would also qualify.
That's level plus mod. Did Zazer ever like officially release Dead Air? I think it still was hovering in like a beta before it was ever. I don't think it was ever like pushed to id game.
Oh, that was just a secret exit. Okay, I'm assuming please tell me this isn't a whole megawatt, is it? Okay, it's just episode 1.
So I guess like one being I guess
I would.
would be
Yeah, Back to Saturn X would be the one I'd say, but I won't ever say that because I worked on it.
Or I mean, like that doesn't change gameplay, but it does like change.
I mean, it feels like an entirely new experience. Or another one would be Ancient Aliens, but I won't say that because I made a map for it.
Well, I mean, you're still going to comment on, you know,
it's shit.
31
It's
other
shit.
maps.
It's shit. That's my comment on it. It's shit. Just like Back to Saturn X is shit.
Oh no.
How's Neon Floor George Tsakalo style? Do you reckon Ancient Aliens would be made today? Like, do you reckon people would make a WOD that's based on conspiracy theory-ish stuff?
They would if they're not cowards.
Yeah. I mean, like Ancient Aliens though is like.
Also,
like,
the Ancient Alien guy never organized a coup, so that's a little bit different. Although I'm sure if he had a Twitter, that there'd be some problematic shit in there.
There'd be like a QAnon.wad.
And also, if we want to go like full fucking annoying woke people, we could be like, well, he's taking away the accomplishments of Southern Earthers and giving them to aliens, erasing Egyptian history. Yeah. You know, if we really want to hate ourselves.
We really want to.
But, you know. Yeah, you absolutely should be able to make Ancient Aliens today.
Ancient Aliens is more like it feels more like X-Files rather than Ancient
Yeah, it
Aliens.
feels
It has like no
true,
plot.
yeah.
It doesn't have like a plot really. It's just like eventually it's just like, oh my god, peyote trip that kind of went like too far.
That, by the way, fuck anything in Square for like the space stuff or any of the things I pushed for in Square. The opening Ancient Aliens by smoking a peyote pipe is my best contribution to Doom.
Really, that was.
I told Skillsaw that's how you should open, because the original map just originally started you in that Cyber Demon arena as soon as you started the game, and I said that you should change it, 1, because that's just a little bit too rough of a cold start from new game, and 2, because it'd be hilarious if you started going on a peyote trip.
Yeah, and then like it just like carried an entire peyote trip throughout.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Or like it had it definitely did have like the color scheme of the Great Voyage of Homer J. Simpson, the one where he like eats the insanity peppers, and then you get like the whole, like the, like he's in like the, you know, the Mojave, and it's just like a lot of
Incan temple or whatever.
Yeah, it just it like gets like a mishmash of like that whole like mysticism.
This hasn't been that bad, honestly. This has been one of the highlights so far, at least just in terms of being small playable levels.
Yeah, these don't look half bad.
No, they've been pretty decent.
But like, yeah, it's I like Ancient Aliens. It's got a strong theme to it.
Yeah, it's a great map set, and by great I mean complete garbage.
Oh.
I forget which skill saw. It might be Valiant or it might be Ancient Aliens, where I said my review on id Games is like great map set, 5 out of 5, and then I rated it a 1 out of 5.
That's some Newgrounds level commenting.
Yeah.
I love this. 10 out of 10. 0.
I think I did that because that was right around I think it was Valiant, and wasn't that right around the time of I will only play something if it has 4 stars? Or
You're a meta reviewer. You're
yeah.
No, like actually the only what is it? The only criticism I'd level at Ancient Aliens is that like it does turn into, I mean, a lot of skill saw, and
Here's
at some
the
point,
criticism.
especially around the end, it gets like a little like this, like not like the same-ish type of gameplay.
No, I know what you're saying. Let me say it for you. There's one major problem that Skillsaw has, and then that it's way too many levels that are find 3 keys and open the exit door.
Look.
No. Specifically, the exit door is like a 3-key locked door, and you can go find 3 of the keys and then open the exit door.
Really?
That's like a prime Skillsaw trait of basically letting the doors be like find the keys in any order, and it is to the point where it is excessive in certain places where it's like 6 of those kind of maps in a row.
I like them sandbox maps.
Right. Well, I love them too, but after a while, that does become a problem when every map becomes that, and that's one of the hardest things to do in a one-man Megawad.
I was also gonna say, the theme is so strong that it feels like every map is a secret map except for the secret maps.
There needs to be
like,
more maps that require 3 keys, but or that have all 3 keys but only require 1. I agree with that.
I'm doing one thing I have planned in my little vanilla mod I'm throwing together is, so there's like a special key that gives you a random skull key.
Yeah.
And it gives you a random skull key because, it does the trick with the sprite names are named. Yeah, and they kind of like alternate, but it still looks like a flashing gray key. And depending on when you pick it up, and since it'll still like work in demos because like it's still deterministic. Depending on when you pick it up, it will give you a quote-unquote random skull key,
like
and
that
then
a
the
lot.
map's progression starts that way.
That's
So,
actually
like,
really cool. I like that a lot.
It can be replayed, and it may be different.
So is
And
it
then still
a
works in
is it
demos.
like an A jump state? Oh wait, it can't be A jump. It's vanilla.
It's not a jump. It just cycles through like six different frames, and
Oh, it literally just cycles the frames of the skull key.
yeah, it does. But
That's great.
I mean, it looks like a gray flashing key.
No, yeah, I
but
get what you're
under
saying,
the
yeah.
covers,
Yeah.
it's different. Yeah, the different 4-letter sprite names, so that the pickup logic still works. And
You know what? I
Okay.
would love to see more people do that, and because that's a good way to just replace the skull keys, because you don't need the skull keys. Doom Zero. What is Doom Zero?
Oh, it was recently added to the list of add-ons for the new official port.
Have I played
Yeah.
Doom Zero? I don't think I've played Doom Zero.
I haven't played Doom Zero. I don't think I've heard of Doom Zero.
This
which
is the
is,
first
like,
I'm
the
hearing
baffling
of it.
thing. Yeah,
It's a
I
quirky
think-
little map set. I gotta go look that up and get that then.
I feel like it wasn't actually released on id Games. I feel like it was like kind of like released on
Doom Zero is a WoD that no one played but got super popular. So, Doom 2 in name only? Blame Sponge.
It looked interesting.
Okay. Where the fuck is a key in I'm like... There's only so many places I can go. Am I just, like, being super retarded? Or is there just no key?
Maybe it's like something like opened in one of like the tiny buildings, and then
Maybe. Not as interesting as Three's a Crowd. Did I play Three's a Crowd?
is that kind of like double impact, but like with 3 people?
Freezer Crowd is one of the CAC Award winners, I think, from this year. or
Then
the
I've
year
definitely
past.
not. I've definitely not played it. I gotta check that out. Ah, of course. Never mind. That was just a secret. Ah, of course. Never mind. That was not just a secret.
Lukey.
Where was a blue door now? I find myself asking more questions than are answered most of the time. Here's the blue.
Oh, oh, that's the one with like the like it tries to tell like yeah, 3 different stories with like the same type of beginning. Oh, I think that's what it is.
I gotta check that out then. Where the fuck is a red door now?
I think I definitely seen, yeah, footage of that one, some gameplay video. Footage, like somebody captured it on Super 8.
That's how all demos should be required to be uploaded.
Recorded on Super 8.
Yeah, recorded. Come on, guys, let's get it together.
8mm tape and then like re-encoded. Actually, that was my very first job, like out of college. I worked for this like video archiving company, and they like just for like a simple task, they wanted me to like kind of like hook things up to their like encoder boards and then encode like I think like the owner's family's like Super 8 into like MPEG 2 or something. And then I don't know, I didn't last there very long. I only lasted like a week before I had questions about like the employee contract I signed, and then they fired me.
Well,
That's how you know it was a reputable place to work at.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they were looking for. Also, like, it paid garbage for, like, the commute. It was not even, like, worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure it did pay garbage.
that's always the worst.
Okay, where the I got the red key, but I can't find the red door because, oh my god, dude. This map is, like, confusing the fuck out of me.
Did I tell you the story about, like, how I even, like what my interview for that job was? It was, like, the interview itself wasn't, like, well, the interview sucked because, like, the first person that interviewed me was their accountant, not even, like, the person who, I would be reporting to or anything like that. But then also, before I went to interview for the place, so, like, it was, like, this, like, office building in the middle of, like, this, like, wooded part of, like, Tapan, New York, and, there was, like, only one entrance to it, which was, like, kind of, like, this like little road that was, like, at the end of this, like, residential, street, and the day I went in for my interview, a tree fell across it, so I couldn't even go to the building with my car. I had to, like, they were like, don't worry, we called like ahead of time. We called a neighbor so that you could like park like in their driveway or like in front of their house or whatever, and just like walk to the building. And I'm just like, you know, I'm not a superstitious person, but I'm definitely, you know, the Italian blood in me pays attention to omens, and that was a bad omen. Like, it was like God himself was saying, you don't want to work here.
Great, that's fucking amazing.
That's not great. Also, this map has another bad case of seeing Startan, and I'm just like, yeah, well, they didn't bother to text it away.
Okay, but like seriously, where?
Is it like all the keys are like found in secrets or something?
Yeah, but like I can't even figure that shit out because this is so.
You have to IDDT it.
Yeah, I think. Are these doors I can open? No, they don't look like they are. So then, dude, where the fuck is the key? Oh, there's the yellow key. How the fuck do I get there? No. Well,
That's weird.
There's a teleporter here, but this teleporter doesn't take me anywhere. Is there like a... Go up one of these? No. No. No.
At least the level's tiny.
Who put full resolution screenshots in the forums multiple per post and don't put them in any spoiler tags. Just for you, the next thing I post, I'm going to take a screenshot of every single level, actually 3 screenshots of every single level, full size, and then I'm actually going to take them, I'm going to scale to them so that they're going to be double size, and then going to post them like that. And then I will get probably the angriest message in Discord.
I don't I never liked the fact that like there was no standard.
I don't like. Yeah, it should
accepted
auto scale. Like I
resolution.
think it should auto scale them, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't like way back in the day, especially in like the new stuff chronicles when people just like posted screenshots of what they were reviewing. Like there was no standard for this is the resolution the screenshot.
You know, I don't even know how I got here. It just blows me away because I went up there and walked over that exact same thing to pick up a chain gun, but then suddenly it was a teleporter. So you know what? Whatever.
This was the longest small map.
Yeah, I didn't pick up that plasma gun there. I fucked up.
What's the name of this WAD, by the way?
RMK or something like that. That what?
RMH.
Alright.
35 full red. Wow, like I was making a joke and then that's what somebody literally did. That's great. I love it. What song is playing? I don't know. It's something from Evil Tech though, so that's why it's amazing.
Wait, does this WAD replace music at all?
I don't know. But if it does replace music, I've probably heard them all. Oh, I love the double key lift. Give me that yellow and blue key at the same time.
Yeah, people don't do that very much anymore. Give you 2 keys.
That's what happens when you see how American McGee places keys, and you're like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But then you take it to a more intelligent place.
Wow, Timmy, how come your mom lets you have 2 keys?
This is like music that would play in some like off-brand SNES game. Like this is like level 4 of Crash Bandicoot. Sorry, Dash Bandicoot.
I kind of like it. Just briefly listening.
Yeah, this room is very Halls of the Damned.
I like the aesthetics of this WAD so far.
Yeah, no, I think it's got some good shit going on for it.
Mm. Like this is definitely contender for a minimum Doom.
Oh, I like that this area right here between these two don't enter signs damages me. That's actually kind of neat.
It's got
Oh,
the nice little scrolling walls too. It's
Yeah.
cute.
It is.
Yeah, like it's like a radiation zone or something.
I'm loving the amount of like mandatory progression secrets. That's how you know that shit's good. Central processing.
I wonder if, you know what? I wonder if a lot of that is like a misunderstanding of how the secret special works sometimes.
What do you mean?
Like maybe they think that like marking the sector as secret also kind of affects your ability to see it on the map as well.
I mean, isn't that but that's the same intent. Like, what do you mean? Like,
No, I mean like you don't have to actually flag it as secret in order for it to be hidden. But
no, I know, I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But the intent is still to make it secret progression. True
yeah,
or
but
false?
Is that the intent? Is my question.
Okay, if the intent is to hide progression on the map, what would you consider that?
Was it also like masked with like one of those like show as one-sided on the map?
Okay,
Lines.
no. See here, The goalpost is not even on the field anymore, Matt. Okay.
No, I'm not moving goalposts.
No, because the goalpost hasn't even been moved because we're not even in the vicinity of the goalpost. Okay, you're saying that them marking it as a secret is a misunderstanding of the secret special, meaning they want to hide it on the map. Okay,
Yeah.
that was in response to me saying I love secrets as progression. So their intent is still to make it a secret that you need to access to progress because they're trying to hide it on the map. They're trying to hide the progression. Is that not a secret?
That is.
Regardless of if it's flagged or not.
That is. I would say it's not a secret if it's necessary.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yes,
It's-
no, I'm
I'm
defining secret as optional entirely. And then it ceases to be an actual secret if you have to go that way to progress. And they are trying to fuck, I don't know, who cares?
I haven't seen this much bending out of Matt since he tried to defend Bill Cosby's innocence.
No, I have. First of all, that was before more evidence.
Okay, hold on. So your
They're
response
painting
to your
as a
response is
horrible
that it was before more evidence came out. So you were maintaining that he was innocent. So
I didn't maintain fuck, I can't even say I'm maintaining innocence. All I'm saying is, first of all, I don't know why the hell now I'm some kind of villain. Because
you're not. I'm not saying.
I'm misarguing a secret thing here.
No, I'm saying that they put the progression in what could standardly. If there wasn't progression in there, would it be a secret?
Yes, it would be.
Okay, then the progression is in a secret.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
It's not. You know. It's not worth arguing.
Okay. I hate shotgunning Barons. That's the worst thing about Doom 1. Straight up.
Plasma gun, rocket launcher, what are those?
God.
Yeah, like Barons really just don't really. They're not really good outside of like their primary purpose, which was to be the twin bosses at the end of episode 1.
Barons do have some good usage. It's just they're very hard to use correctly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, with This Is Ground, we tread a billion
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. I mean,
discussion, but like,
Come on,
yeah.
like, episode 4 is the prime example of how to properly use a Baron. But see, if I had gotten this ammo here, I wouldn't even have been complaining about it. But this was locked behind those Barons, so we were stuck not doing it. I do like that they broke away from tech bases to bring us this green base. That's actually pretty cool. Or green base, this cave base thing. But yeah, cool.
Cave base.
Cave base, 2017.
Is that like the prequel to C-Lab 2021?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Was there a C-Lab 2020? That's what C-Lab 2021's ripping on,
Yes.
right?
Yes, C-Lab 2020 was like a shitty Hanna-Barbera pilot, I think, that was like kind of like resurrected by like these guys pitching like a show to Adult Swim like way back in the day. And yeah, way back in the day being like 1997 or whatever. And
But was
C-Lab
is C-Lab 2021 just using C-Lab 2020 footage, or is it like new animation?
originally, I think it was intended to do that, but then they made it have like new animation. Like they used like the original graphics
Designs,
and just, like,
yeah,
bent
yeah.
them and
Okay.
yeah. So like it did use, I think a bunch of frames did use like original animation from like that crappy Hanna-Barbera pilot, but yeah, then
We've not read the text file yet. No. I do not know if this is one of my book. It is fairly impressive for. It's not a one-man megawatt. It's only an episode 1 replacement.
Yeah, it's an episode 1, including secret map.
Yeah. Which I know because I did list maps.
Secret map being actually secret because it doesn't require to be progressed really.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm fucking with you.
This. Okay, go on.
That was almost as good as the fucking time when, like, 40 minutes after we finished coloring with Alfonso, and he couldn't figure out how to find a key, and he's like, just somebody look up a guide for this. And we're all like, oh, I got it, and Pavera's like, no, I got it. And so we're just waiting for Pavera, and we hear him typing and stuff, and then Pavera goes, how to mix colors by...
Oh, man. Callback.
Or he's like, I got a guide, and then he said that.
I like it when Pavera gets cheeky. That was a long gone era, I feel.
Yeah.
Now he's a family man.
Family man Pavera.
Who only has time to dad map every once in a while.
Fuck yeah.
He's got, like, kids, he's got dogs.
He's got kids,
Become
he's
a
got
family
dogs.
man.
Yeah. No time for us anymore.
How many turns off?
You did turn off the QuakeCon, which is something you should be doing, Tarnsman, as soon as this COVID shit's over.
Yeah, if we do like another everybody comes out, I might go.
I mean, like, we're trying to do that. Like, I mean, the DoomCon was kind of like a special occasion, like in a pretty big excuse to come out because like it was like QuakeCon rebranding itself for 1 year as DoomCon. And,
where the fuck do I go in this?
But then, yeah, I mean, it was just like a fun time having all those like Doom people in like one spot. I know you don't like convention filled with a whole bunch of nerds, but
I'll go to Six Flags Over Texas is up there, right? Or
Six Flags Over Texas is dead.
it's dead.
Yeah. Although
Or,
if you do come,
Fiesta,
if you do come-
Texas. Where's Six Flags Fiesta, Texas?
I don't know.
I think Six Flags Over Texas is dead anyway.
Well, Six Flags originated in Texas, so it just like it would have dropped the Over Texas name. It may still just exist.
No,
Although
I'm thinking of a different fucking. I'm thinking of the theme park that used to be next to the Astrodome. I think.
Oh, maybe. Like the
Astro World.
Yeah, Astro World. What about Yak World? Is that still open?
What?
What about Yak
No, that's
Fact?
the Yak World. I don't know. It's just that's for the in crowd. You know what Yak World is?
Where the fuck do I go in this map sometimes?
Classic Doom map, Yak World.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing. Yeah.
By Stacked.
I
Hey
played it.
boy, this is RMH. It's called that because it's by Ryan Hare, who went to the University of Reno.
Ooh, Nevada.
Yep, University of Nevada, Reno. scs.unr.edu.
I feel like mappers should have to say what college they went to at the start of their maps, like they're football players.
Yeah, like Tango McCringleberry.
These mods are designed to primarily be for deathmatch play, but the author intended for them to still be useful and enjoyable to play by individuals or even cooperative mode. The designs are mostly conducive towards exciting deathmatches, and all levels are relatively compact, but they are set up in such a way...
You know why these are actually decent maps? It's because he made them for deathmatch, so they actually have to like focus on layout dynamics.
yeah.
Not like,
Yeah. They flow well, yeah.
Set up in a way so that the other modes of play are still fun and fast moving. So they actually, you know, didn't do any mode as an afterthought.
Yeah, like there's a definite effort in design here.
I feel if you do it right, deathmatch maps can make some really good single player maps.
Oh, and if, Tarns, if you do go to like QuakeCon, you could just like stay at the hotel it usually is at, and that's the Gaylord Texan, and that has a water park on grounds. Like it's a 5-star hotel. Like, it's crazy huge. It's like a convention. It's like multiple convention centers in one.
Well, it's Texas, and everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where the fuck is the exit on this map? Like, straight up, seriously. Okay, I go through here, and then that takes me...
I'm sensing a pattern. I'm sensing a pattern with these maps.
And that just takes me back here. What the fuck? Oh, I feel like I must not have hit a switch in there. That must be what it is. I'm gonna go back here. No. Is that what I didn't hit? And that opens it? Yeah, there we... Okay, wow. Maybe the exits are intentionally because deathmatch maps. Yeah, that's entirely possible.
That is a valid point. Oh boy.
It's impossible for me to hear this song and not think I'm playing Enjoy Now.
What song is it?
When I Come Around by Green Day.
Oh. Oh, that because of the title screen of his.
Just in general, in his maps, he's used a bunch of Green Day midis. Like, that's his thing, is he uses maps like that. Maps like that, midis like that.
You think he likes Green Day?
I don't know. Probably. I think he actually
Chance.
hates them, and that's why he puts their music in his maps.
I see. It's for irony.
Green Day is not punk. They had commercial success, and everybody knows that if you have any commercial success, you are no longer whatever genre of music you are.
They're very post-punk, kind of like they rode I guess the initial early emo wave of punk back in the early 90s, early to mid 90s.
Yeah, they were in that whole like blow up with like them and the Offspring.
Yeah.
Like that 93 to 96.
Yeah. I made like way back when I made a really shitty deathmatch map, and the music that I put in it was a ear blasting MIDI arrangement of Basket Case.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Song 2, which isn't Song 2
Blur, yeah,
Yeah.
song number 2 by Blur
is in Dimensions of
Dimensions of
Time.
Time.
Right?
Yeah.
And isn't Smells Like Teen Spirit as well?
No, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I don't think is in Dimensions of Time.
I thought there was another like peak 90s.
Oh, Wrong Way by Sublime.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And I was all over the place in that fucking wad.
All right, that was RHT or whatever it was .wad.
RHM.
This is RHM19 .wad. Okay. I started. Oh no, I didn't. I'm an idiot. I was like, what? I was so confused. I was like, what? He replaced the sky too? Isn't this just it again? I feel we just played this.
RMH19, it's the same thing but for 1.9, I think.
Oh, okay.
The original one was for 1.666.
Alright, that makes sense.
I guess like what the demos were.
Yeah, this was by Ryan Hare. Um, it's got some good commentary on it. You can distribute it, so no one's getting lawsuited. Um, it's got like mission one. I like when people call them missions instead of levels. Like, you know what? The old days when there wasn't standardized naming for everything was a lot more
Yeah.
fun because you could like get into people's heads more. Now like levels. That's such a like. Why don't we call them like
No, maps is like the most sterile though.
maps? Is very sterile. Why don't we call them like
Boards,
boards or like
rounds.
Or
episode 1 Labyrinth 2 or like fucking
Ooh, descriptive. Yeah.
Marine Quest. Yeah, I'm going through and I'm renaming every fucking level I've ever made to Marine Quest number and then whatever it is.
Yeah, or like just like name them all quests.
Yes, Quest. There we go. Uses only light weapons. Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. There's no like gigantic wall of text. That map that I was stuck in forever has this to say about it. This is an outdoor area featuring a swimming pool and sort of garden, Sled's Garden. It is clearly a recreation of an area for some or recreation area for some UAC bigwigs. Things are somewhat different now. Don't flip the switch that creates the stairs up to the well more than once. However, if you do, there's another switch behind it that will reset it.
Nice.
This is Rocket.wad. Echo the Dolphin 3 Marine Quest. Yeah, there we go. Sounds like a badly made ocean simulator. Yeah, well, you know what? Not all ocean simulators can be properly made. Yeah, this
What was that
great.
like? There was like this like one like relaxing game made for like the Wii that like looked pretty good for like Wii graphics.
oh shit!
Yeah, there was like just like a kind of like an ocean exploring type of game where you're like
I
just
know
like scuba
what you-
diving.
Wasn't it Endless Ocean?
Endless Ocean, that was the name of it. Yeah.
There's no way that the real person tweeted this out. Oh my god!
What?
So, Sarah just added me to send me a tweet. We live in the dumbest fucking timeline.
Well, yeah. What gave it away?
Sean Hannity, the actual Sean Hannity, tweets out, "Did Olive Garden revoke my lifetime pasta pass?" I'd respond tonight on Hannity at 9 p.m. Eastern.
What?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I have to look this
That
up
was
now.
a joke.
You know, I'll just copy what she sent to me. Copy message link. Let's put that in your thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Sean
it doesn't link to
something
anything.
with
God dang it.
Joke.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let's
I don't have access.
Yeah, you're not cool enough to come to my clubhouse. There you go.
Wait, can't you just like link
There-
to the tweet?
Yeah, that's what I just did. There you go, Matt.
All right.
For you, Matt.
Did Olive Garden revoke my lifetime pasta pass? I respond tonight.
I don't. No, it's a real.
He has
It's
nothing to
a
talk
real.
about.
It's a real fucking thing. It's 100% real.
He's playing 5D chess with my
This is
brain right
Roomy.wad.
now. Now I think he just wants people to watch him because there's nothing to watch. There's nothing to watch like now that like Trump's been like.
I've played
heavily
this like
blocked
100
from
times.
Communicating with anybody. He's just like, what do I have to talk about?
Jesus fucking Christ. This is apparently there's something called rossguns.wad that's just a text file that says, "This is a hack I made to speed up the Doom 2 guns. It was made with Dehacked 2.0. Ross Carlton."
So they grabbed a Dehacked, but that was only a Dehacked. But of course they stripped out all of the Dehacked, so it's not there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, perfect. That this is rot.wad.
Nothing.zip.
No, there was just a text file for something
Oh,
called
it was just a
Rotgun.
text-
Yeah, it was just a text
Well.
file. That's what I'm saying. So they
Nice.
just left the text file for a Dehacked that they removed.
That's ridiculous.
That's how you know it's maximum doom.
Maximum, only providing the minimum.
Or a dehacked. I mean, I always call it dehacked now because the editor capitalizes the E and the D like it's separate from the rest of it.
Thank you. Now you're adopting my pronunciation of it.
I know. Give me a
The hacked.
dehacked.
Now you gotta have.
Yeah, I called it
on the
dehacked
tray.
for the longest time, but yeah.
I call it.
This is
dehacked.
rsuzi.wad. Fucking Jesus fucking dude. I can't Jesus fucking just the sequel to 2020 is phenomenal so far.
It's it opens big.
It opens
There's
big,
a-
man. It's got like fucking the last time a movie opened this big was Saving Private Ryan.
I feel like this is still the cold open for 2021.
Yeah.
Like it is, like it's not 2021 until like Biden takes office. Like we're still in the
Like
cold
that's when the
open.
credit fucking hits. Like
Yeah, that's when like and then you go, wait a minute, that was just the cold open? What the hell? Well, that reminds me, I gotta finish up watching the movie Soul, that Pixar movie.
see that
Just came out.
ultimate
There's-
Doom WAD coming out called Raging Anarchy. It's got a city map in Ultimate Doom. Okay.
Because Soul had a really long cold open. I didn't realize was a cold open, but it was pretty long.
Yeah, these post game content's lit.
We're in 2020 Turbo Edition right now. Super 2022 Turbo.
Great. Well, I lost Hotel California, not Hotel California, House of the Rising Sun. But I got Country Roads instead, so that's all we can take about. That's a great song.
It is a great song.
It's a great song. I didn't used to like that song, and then like I became an adult and realized that it's a fantastic fucking song.
It fills you with nostalgia for
The best Thai food I've ever had
For
was
West
in West
Virginia.
Virginia. In,
really.
Yep.
Thai food?
Yep. In this little town in Shepherdson, West Virginia. Maybe it was Shepherdsville. The waitress actually got really mad at me because I got the city wrong.
Oh. Rookie mistake. Tom.
So I took my father to D.C. for his birthday because he wanted to go see the White House. While there was a president, this was a couple years ago, while there was a president in it he could respect, of course. And then I took him to the Trump Hotel so that he could have dinner at the Trump Hotel. Because,
And
of
a
course.
future president he won't respect.
Yeah. No. This was when Trump was president.
Oh. Okay.
That's why we at the Trump Hotel. Okay. My father
okay.
was full Trump. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Boomers.
I don't know.
You know how it is. Anyways.
I mean, my parents are apolitical.
Yeah. Anyways, so as part of it, we went to like Gettysburg and some other stuff to check it out because he wanted to see that, right? So it was his 65th birthday. I was like, all right, whatever, we'll do this for you. And on our way back from Gettysburg, we went through West Virginia, and there was I don't remember if it's Shepherdson or Shepherdsville. I only remembered that it's one of the two because I was on the phone with Ashley while we were in the restaurant, and I was telling her where we were, and I said that it was the one it wasn't, and the waitress said, no, it's this. And I looked at the waitress, who was just this nice lady, and I said, I don't care.
Oh, Tarns, don't do that. She's a
I don't know.
she's a country lady. And you broke her heart.
I know, but I was
snapping at her
I
with
was-
your arrogant
I gave
Californian.
her a fucking 100% tip, so she can fucking take it. Anyways,
All right. Well, at least you gave her a really nice tip. Like
I was on the
exceptionally
phone.
nice
I was
tip.
on the phone. Okay. I was dealing with you didn't call me all day, so I was dealing with that to begin with. So I was just not in the mood for it. And so when she said that, my honest reaction was, I don't care.
Oh no.
But I
Oh,
did.
Tarn's having a bad day in West Virginia. Like most people in West Virginia.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're in this tiny town, literally 1,000 people. Shepherd's, and now I need to look it up because it's bothering me that I don't remember what it is. Shepherd's.
Maybe you
Town.
should have paid more attention to the lady.
Yeah,
Shepherdstown,
maybe.
West Virginia. That's it. Anyways, in this there was a Thai-Japanese fusion restaurant, and we found that and we're like, wow, that's really weird for that to be in West Virginia. Let's go to it, right? And
Yeah.
the cook was from Thailand, who just decided he wanted to settle somewhere where there were trees and mountains. So he picked.
Well, that's it, and it's cheap. West Virginia's cheap.
So he moved to West Virginia. So it was authentic Thai food from a real Thai immigrant.
Crazy.
It was really good. It was the best Thai food I've ever had. It was fucking phenomenal.
Wow.
So, I also lost Country Roads. And now we're on to the final countdown. But anyway, so there's my nostalgia for West Virginia.
So now you're in Europe.
Yeah, now I'm in Europe.
Now you're in Europe.
Yeah.
Bad joke. Because of, the name of the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's cool. It's cool that you yelled at a lady.
No, hold on. Let me be clear. I did not yell at her. I bluntly simply replied with, "I don't care."
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm mischaracterizing you.
Okay.
For a laugh. It's no, but yeah.
And yes, that was the ultimate like Californian dismisses country hick.
Yeah, it's like how dare you, you coastal elite, you. Great, now I have Country Road stuck in my head.
It's a great
Thanks.
song. It is a fantastic
It is.
song. West Virginia is also beautiful, by the way. Like, it's a beautiful state. I've been there a couple times, and it's a very beautiful state. Even though, yes, it does have a lot of
Dotted
problems.
with meth labs.
Yeah, but no, it's a very beautiful. I'm here craving Thai food for some reason.
Some reason.
Yeah, so.
I think it's. How long has it been since I've had Thai? Maybe. I want to say. Oh, maybe like a month or two.
I had Thai this week.
Maybe 3 months. I think the last I had Thai was in like the, late October.
Never had. How have you never had Thai food? What? Like.
I mean, I would think that it's not like as.
I guess so.
I would
yeah.
think it's not as common as say like Japanese or Chinese. Like Chinese is like probably at least in terms of like in America, probably Chinese like takeout Chinese.
I had Thai
is,
food
like, the
in
most common.
Iceland, I had Thai food in Finland, and I had Thai food in Norway. Oh, and in the Czech Republic. So Thai food is
I've had-
definitely everywhere.
I've had Thai in Berlin.
Yeah.
It's actually it became a ritual. Like before so like Amaze used to be, and I don't think they're gonna keep this venue anymore, but like it used to be in a place called the Urban Spray,
Yeah.
and that was like this like kind of like this.
I keep
bombed
forgetting
out
to
little
save.
courtyard.
We have bye now.
It's like this bombed out little courtyard next to the Spray River, and there's a supermarket like right near it. And before I go to like the first night of Amaze, I always stop at the Thai restaurant that's in the supermarket. Like it's just like on, it's out. It's like I guess it's on the outside. You could enter it from the outside, but it's like this tiny little takeout, like Thai takeout place. And I just like I order like some kind of dish. I eat it there, and then go to the festival. And that like became my ritual for like the first like 3 or 4 years I attended.
That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, no, the whole Thai food in Europe thing started our last night in Iceland after we enjoyed the good local cuisine like that fermented shark.
Yeah.
there was a Thai place in Reykjavik, and I'm like, let's get Thai food. And she's like, you're gonna get Thai food in Iceland? I'm like, yeah. And then as a joke, like, I made sure we got Thai food in every other country we visited, except for Austria. We didn't get Thai food there.
Although I will say, like, that was the only time I ever used, like, actual German to communicate in the Thai restaurant. Because I was like, wow, they have, you know, it's like, I mean, I guess it's expected because, like, if they emigrated here, like, I'm still in Berlin, but, like, no, it's like
They
here,
immigrated there.
They immigrated there, and like, of course, they would, you know, learn German. They wouldn't learn English, so I had to, like, it was an opportunity.
See, I would
to be,
just
like,
I would just keep speaking English to them, and then let them know my last name was Fry, so I had every right to not speak German. And if they complained about it, I'd be like, well, if the Germans didn't want to kill all the Jews, we wouldn't even be having this conversation in English.
Oh no. You missed a couple.
You missed a couple.
You missed a couple, Hitler. Now I'm back, baby. But yeah,
I came into a hell of a conversation.
I always had the same order. Nu mit 33.
There you go, man.
Mit Hähnchen.
This I can see that. I know what room you're talking about in E1M4.
Yeah, like with the
Sorry,
raised,
E1MQ4 because we agreed they're Marine quests.
Yes.
Yeah.
How far are we gonna take that cold fish of a bit?
Oh, we're gonna take that to the moon.
That cold fermented fish, fermented shark of a bit.
Yep. That's a great mountain name, I agree.
So like in terms of like Asian cuisines in like I guess like where I live, like I would say that like Chinese of course is like the most takeout Chinese, I should clarify, is like the most prevalent, and then like and then Japanese, and then Thai, and then Korean.
I'd say that's
There's
probably
just, like,
true for like most of America.
Yeah, because like I mean unless you like live in friggin' like Fort Lee, a very aptly named Fort Lee, or Leonia, New Jersey, or Palisades Park, you can get like really top-notch Korean food.
Here. Speaking of Korean saying shitty things to wait staff on a business trip, right? I did this thing for a company that I'm not going to name because NDAs and all that jazz. Anyways, they were doing a bunch of expansions and remodels in the Seattle and Oregon areas. So I went with one of their reps, and we did like this drive 12 hours a day to go to all these it was a really stupid road trip. And just because we're stuck in the car, we're talking about stupid shit, and like the concept of like bass boost memes came up, and it got into me showing him the boneless pizza thing, and it's some YouTube video where this guy's like, yo, I need to get a pizza and I need it boneless, and boneless is bass boosted. I don't know, it's one of those like Team Fortress animation things. Anyways, it's one of those things somebody showed me, and now it's forever in my head, and so just it's a stupid thing I can show to somebody else, right?
Right.
Anyways, so I showed him that, and he was like dying of it, right? So then we're at this Korean barbecue place, right? Somebody was funny the first time somebody called it saying, yeah, exactly. Anyways, so we're at this Korean barbecue place, and they have like this number 13 beef, right? It's like this beef, right? But it's a ribeye. And so he looks at it, and he's like, yo, but do you have the number 13 boneless? And he says it like that. And the lady like has no idea why he emphasized it, right? And she's like, yes, we do have that we do have that boneless, right?
Yeah,
and so we got this boneless beef, right? And it was so goddamn good. Like, it was just fucking amazing. It was this Korean barbecue place it wasn't Portland. It was somewhere in Oregon. Anyways, we kept getting this really good boneless beef, and every time, of course, he's like, yo, like, you know, it was like all you can eat. So he's like, yo, can we get some more of that boneless? And I'm like, dude, you
Like
fucking
now the
goober.
joke is only
You're
funny
like,
to him.
yeah, you fucking like I was. Yeah. Anyways, but I was like, the food was so good, and it was so good because this guy found this way too funny and decided to take it way too far, and it was so good though. It was really,
I hate
it was
that.
really good boneless beef.
Boneless.
Even though all beef is bone-like.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless you're having it like, unless you're having ribs.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a
or
ribeye
like,
that
or
was
like T-bone, like something bone in.
yeah.
Or like New York steak with the, I don't know.
Eggo boy, what?
How do you fucking did it?
I mean,
This
the
guy
first
was
of
like
those-
almost, I think he was like like early 40s, so that also explains like, I don't know, it was one of those things. Or that entire trip, there were so many weird fucking things. We listened to this same song about loving bitches like 16 times on repeat.
Well, who doesn't love this?
It's a song and a half.
I mean, Eggo boy, Bethesda does keep re-releasing Skyrim, so re-releasing the joke seems fine too.
You know, I was like, when they said like they released like Skyrim on Switch, like my brain went, wow, how did they get that to work on the Switch? And then meanwhile my brain goes, hey, that game's really old now, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're
9 years old.
yeah, I'm
9.
just like, oh fuck, that would actually just like work immediately on Switch hardware. I'm like, shit.
It is still good. Skyrim's very good.
I don't know, I don't think you'd be able to get Crysis to run on the Switch.
But that's because like Crysis was still like written in a fashion where it is written for like single core processors. That's like a lot of its bottlenecking. It doesn't parallelize anything.
The Switch ain't much for parallelization.
Crysis is
Is
already
it?
on the Switch.
I thought it was like a series of
Get
I thought it was a
owned,
series of
nerd.
ARM processor.
Well, I think there's two of them, it's reasonable.
Yeah. Like,
It's
like,
literally on sale. GTA 5 is like 7 years old. No, it can't. Is it?
It is
GTA
It is.
GTA 5.
the original Xbox 360 and PS3 version.
2000. Oh my god!
2013.
Fucking Jesus Christ! It is.
Yeah, it is. Like I remember just like playing it on PC, and I think that was like about like 2014.
Hold on.
2015.
Didn't I? Oh, I remember the stream because I didn't save. That's why. Okay. I was like, holy shit! Is this level like bleeding into the last level? But no, I remember the stream.
didn't
'Cause
say.
I didn't save. That's right.
I appear to have forgotten to save.
Man,
Eternal?
2020 was so long. It feels like everything is like 5 years old from last year. Man, like my whole this whole year like warped my concept of time, and I think it was just because I work from home now, and I did like the days just run together.
Yeah, I can see that. That's cool that runs on Switch pretty well.
I kind of wish I could like just still keep working from home after like things like everyone gets all vaccinated and shit, and it's like, hey, you want to come back to New York City? I'll be like, nah. Like I wanna work in a coffee shop now. I wanna like go 2 places with my work laptop and be all like.
If you can do your
friendly
job
and
from a
tech
coffee
guy.
shop, it's not a real job. Don't have me.
First of all, how dare you?
First of all,
I'm in the tech industry. You do not speak to me that way.
I speak to you. Sorry, I build real things, not imaginary things.
what do you build your real things with?
Tools.
What do you need to plan it?
Well,
Paper.
that would involve. Hold on. That would involve plans actually being like usable and not suggestions. So nothing.
So no software involved.
No software involved. I only use AutoCAD every single day.
Yeah, AutoCAD is a nice to have.
AutoCAD's a nice to have. Fucking people can't even use that right. They might as well not
Yeah,
have
I know,
it.
it's like-
Fucking plans were better. Like, the best set of plans I've ever seen were hand drawn by like a fucking 80-year-old architect who just wanted to do a little project on the side, and they were fucking amazing. And he did them by hand, and they were better than anything I've seen somebody do with a computer.
Man, computers just make people's brains atrophy, man.
No, like, legitimately, people don't think about things. Is the number right? Yes, move on with our lives. It doesn't matter if it actually works or not. It didn't give me an error, it's right.
There is something to be said about the, like, exceptional level of care and detail that one puts into hand-drawn things.
Oh, no, it's anything hand-drawn I've ever seen when it comes to, like, engineering or architecture, because they had to think about everything they were doing. It's not like, you know, you're not just putting something in a computer, you're actually designing it, like, full on.
Like it's like, you know, if you don't have a safety net under you, you have to like train yourself to think of all like the little things that you have to think about.
Yeah, exactly.
In order to
Like
make things work.
a big example is like grading plans nowadays, right? So there's something called Civil 3D that most companies use nowadays. What Civil 3D does is it literally creates a 3D surface to do the grading for the entire site, which is great and all, but here the problem with that is I obviously can't fall down here yet. There's no way back up. The problem with that is that the 3D surface is based on a bunch of triangles that basically interpolate elevations based off the data you give it. So if you just miss a grade break, you know, it'll straight grade the entire site from one side to another, and there'll be like all these problems because of it, right? Well, that's something where the computer making everybody's life super easy fucks everything up, and then you have
it's like approximating.
yeah, you're approximating. Then suddenly out of nowhere, fucking there's $500,000 of extra dirt export, and fucking then I have to have like an 8-hour meeting with everybody while we do the standard like, okay, how did this happen, and what can we do to prevent this happening in the future? And then my client's like, why is the contractor asking for this? Can we back charge the civil engineer? And I'm like, good luck with that, buddy. So. But yeah, that's kind of where one of those things. So, that's what I say to your software fucking nerds.
Yeah, man, the thing is,
Now we're just playing E1M2.
This is run 666.wad. I'm surprised it took this long to get to a 666 wad.
You won't find a single software developer that doesn't hate software.
I'm sure I won't.
What is it? I think I saw like a tweet at some point, which was like, tech enthusiasts. I got all the latest Apple products and then made my house automated, and then like tech workers. I had the most up-to-date thing I have is a printer and a gun that I keep next to it for when it makes a sound I don't like.
Yeah, basically. So, like, the trunk of my car for over a year now. I think it's been a year and a half. She says it's been close to 3 years. I don't remember which. Anyways, the trunk of my car, you know the hydraulics that hold your trunk up on, like, a sedan?
Yeah.
So those went out on my trunk, and so my trunk doesn't stay.
Your trunk
Yeah,
up.
so my trunk doesn't stay open, right? This has been going on for, I can test a year and a half. So we'll split the difference. Let's say 2 years, because she says it's been like 3 years. Anyways, I grabbed a piece of wood in the garage and just threw it in my trunk, and that's literally what I do. Like, if I need to open my trunk and keep it open, I just put a piece of wood there.
It's like the thing that holds.
Yeah,
the hood
exactly. Basically, exactly that. And I just keep that in the trunk, and this causes her no end of grief because
it's a piece of wood.
No, but her thing is the things that I will spend money on, like, for example, Action 52.
Okay.
Versus
No, okay.
the things that I just no, it still works. I'm not spending money on it. You know, the car
Alright,
itself is a great example because like it's a 2006, and I'm gonna drive it till it dies because I fucking love it. But
No, yeah, I mean, okay, I see where she's coming from.
it's about
Like, I mean,
principles, damn it. Though.
No, it's about you solving a problem. So here's the thing: the problem with Action 52 is you didn't have Action 52. In order to get Action 52, you either had to go around some sketchy internet sites for like a ROM of it, or you buy it and you have it.
Exactly.
And so,
exactly.
and then for the trunk, either I gotta take it to a mechanic and they gotta tell me what parts they need to order, blah blah blah, or I get a piece of fucking wood and I prop the motherfucker up when I need to keep it open.
That's literally it. That's exactly it. The problem has been fixed. There's no need to spend money on it. The only person impacted by this is me, because I have to put the wood there and remove the piece of wood.
Yeah.
You don't need a mechanic for that.
No, I mean, like, you still need, like, I guess somebody to, like, say, okay, you need these parts.
I would
then,
literally just take it to the dealership, like, I mean...
Yeah, alright.
And probably pay more than I would if I just did it myself, but I don't fucking feel like doing that either.
Yeah, I mean, who the fuck wants to actually, like... I mean, I'll repair parts of my computer. I have confidence in that, but I would never, like, still want to, like, touch my car other than... Okay, maybe I should, like, order new windshield wiper blades and then put them on.
Yeah,
and
yeah, no, that's it's
like all the
principle.
simple stuff.
It's principles. Yeah. It's the same reason why I'll always think to back. My dad he says one of his favorite memories with his father was my great-grandfather screaming at my grandfather for throwing away a bent nail because it could still be used.
What, a bent nail?
Yeah. He's like, I can fix that. Why are you throwing a nail? A nail. Look, okay, there's some things that you just have principles on. I bring up Action 52 because I went to the store for her on my way home from work, and I was grabbing groceries out of the car, and she watched me do that and literally went and grabbed the copy of Action 52 I have and handed it to me as like, this is what these are things that you will spend money on, but you will not fix this.
I mean, she's not wrong.
It's principle.
I understand
it's principles, Matt.
I understand your thought process on how to solve the problem.
Yes.
Honestly, there are a ton of lazy fucking things I really should like spend money on to fix. Like okay, here's the thing. I've had like the same TV for 12 years. Like it's like a first edition LCD TV made by like Samsung.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I like it not being a smart TV, but the thing is, its HDMI handshake is fucking terrible. Like this is when HDMI was like kind of new. Right. And all of like its analog tuning is really good. There's like a little bit of ghosting, but that's what you get with analog. But I hook HDMI up to it now, and then every once in a while it just loses the HDMI handshake. It just goes, there's no input anymore. Or like, it's a mode I don't recognize. I'm like, it should recognize it. You've been recognizing it for the past 2 fucking hours, but it loses the HDMI handshake. And I could definitely afford a new television. Even a really good new television. None of those like $400 jobs, but like something like, you know, plop $1,000 on something that's like actually 120 hertz.
Yeah,
really, I could still like, you know, hook everything up to it. Really good contrast. Every single it's OLED, but I don't want to do that. I still want to turn my TV off and on when it loses the HDMI handshake. Because I like my TV.
That's the same reason why I got my car. That's the thing with my car. Every time I thought like I'm gonna go buy a new car, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I like this car.
I've had the same car for 12 years as well.
14 years.
And it's like
14.
scuffed up as shit.
14. And when it dies, that's when I'm gonna get a new one.
Yeah, same here. Like I only have like 91,000 miles on my car.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! No, I have almost 250.
Jeez.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't drive my car a lot just to drive.
I don't either.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know.
Where do
I
go?
just like to and from work and occasionally go to places and whatever. But like, yeah, and then I work in the city and I drive it even way less. So
Right. Yeah.
So like, and then now I drive my car more because I want to go eat lunch at places or get lunch from places that aren't my apartment because I want to see something other than my apartment. So, yeah, but like, I don't know. I just, it's still in good shape. It's a Honda Civic. Those things just don't fall apart. I had my car in like at least 6 inches of water. At like my previous job, the parking lot's flooded. Yeah. And like my car was like submerged, like up to like inside the car. Like there was like 3 or 4 inches of putrid river water in the car, and you could still turn on the car and drive it out of the water because those things are built amazingly. Like all the electrical components are in the dash. They're not like underneath the car.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. I think I'll buy like Honda Civics till the day I die.
No, I mean, there's just certain things that like I just don't get rid of until they're completely unusable. Clothes is another one. Running shoes.
Oh my god, I need to buy new boxers and I just don't.
Yeah, that's like there's just certain things where until it is completely unusable, I will not replace it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, for me, that's like, yeah, socks, underwear, shirts. Like, I think I still have like the same like thick winter wear from like 8 years ago.
See, I'll
It's
replace
entirely out of
dress
fashion.
shoes. Like nice shoes, I'll replace, but like athletic, like running shoes, sneakers, anything like that, I will until they're like it's actually hurting my feet to use them. Levels of destroyed.
Do you have like a pair of shoes that you like and then you just keep buying? Like, do you stockpile pairs of it?
Yeah, like for dress shoes, I have like the same pair. I buy from the same, like the exact same brand, the exact same thing, from the exact same company.
I wear like Nike like Air Monarch 4s, and I just like and since, you know, it's hard enough to find my shoe size because like every single fucking tiny Italian in New Jersey has like my shoe size. I have to like order it from like Amazon, and then like once I was like, okay, I like these shoes, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of pairs of them. Now I'm like covered until my early 40s with how much I go through shoes.
I probably go through a pair of running shoes like I don't know, once every year and a half.
Yeah.
You can, if you use them every day, you can run through them pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
They wear out very quick.
Oh yeah, my telltale sign is because it's like, you know, the Air Monarchs do have a problem, and that is if you wear them long enough, they squeak.
Squeak.
They just start squeaking.
No. Dude, why am I so lost in this map? I have a red key, I have a blue key. Neither of those have given me progression.
Weird. Do you know, are the doors even on the auto map at all?
Yeah, no, I've gone through both of them. I feel, maybe there's like
Oh.
a shoot switch I'm missing or something.
Oh, maybe.
Perhaps.
I like this. I like this map's.
I think the map looks,
composition.
yeah, I think the map looks fine. I just really appreciate. I did see a yellow door, but I don't have a yellow key, so that's the thing. Oh, but the yellow door's open now, but I didn't. What?
So, okay.
I have no idea what I did to make that happen.
The yellow door open.
Other than we were talking about the yellow door. And now I'm okay. That was. You know what? I've stopped questioning Maximum Doom progression. You're right, Matt. It's not secret. There's no secrets because secrets. There's a level of intuitiveness to it. It's random. Random progression is the correct word.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I win. I wore you down.
There you go.
Love to win on technicalities. The best way to win.
Yeah.
You are technically correct. The
best kind of correct. Exactly. Yep. But oh my god, close. The best maps are the ones you walk around them for 15 minutes and then a door you've never seen is randomly open. I 100% agree. That's the good shit. TM.
That's the kind of design principles that make 1994 and 1995 maps special.
Today on Tarnsman, or this week on the list, we have a special list because nobody can guess it. It's just where I have to give you the answers because it's too unguessable. And it is the best business calls I've ever gotten. And this came about because I was thinking about it today because I got a call from a guy I did a rough order magnitude on a gas station for, and he was very upset with how much it was going to cost him to develop and build a gas station. And he told me, I don't want it to cost that much. And I jokingly said to him, well, I could back out all the site utilities and that would lower the cost. To which he responded, "Do I actually need those?" Yes, and that got me thinking.
When you say site utilities, you mean like something like water and
Water, storm drain,
electricity,
electrical,
yeah.
gas, you know,
Yeah.
utilities.
Yeah.
Um,
Stuff that's not usually covered by rent.
the things that I mean, you could have a gas station with no utilities. I feel it would be very
Wouldn't even have gas.
interesting. Well, no, you'd have the fuel
Oh
tank.
no, you'd have the petroleum. Okay,
But the
yeah.
pumps would be unpowered, so.
Yeah. So like you could like get a bucket and then open up the storage underneath the tanks.
Okay.
And have them fish out.
So a couple of
gasoline.
honorable mentions, because whittling down this list, I realize how amazing. A couple of honorable mentions that that are in here. One of them is having a city plan checker. When I asked them, who does the plan submittal go to? Deadass respond to me with, I don't know. That might be me.
That wasn't that long ago, was it?
That was like 2 years ago almost, Max.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you just remember that one, yeah. Another honorable mention that I can't believe didn't make the list was, "Hey boss, can I bring a gun to work?" Which I said earlier, which was in response to sending somebody to what can only be charitably described as a crack house to do field measurements.
I mean, yeah, he just wants to be safe.
He just wants to be safe. All right.
And wants you to be safe.
Number 5 is, hey, we're gonna be late. We can't get out of the job site. They dug the ramp up. So
Oh my god.
I think Max remembers this one because I have told this in some places before. So I had 2 employees call me to tell me they
Okay.
were trapped in the you know when you build an apartment building, you dig a pit for the subterranean parking garage, right?
Yeah.
So one of my work vans was trapped in that pit because the grader came by and excavated the ramp out of the way for them
While
to do
they were there?
yeah, for
Fuck.
them to do some of the work on the shoring waterproofing
Oh my god. Okay.
because they have a schedule to meet, damn it.
Right.
So they called me and said, "What do we do?" At which point I
Oh,
made them
shit.
send me pictures because I just did not believe them that they were stuck in a pit because that's just too fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, if you send pictures, you have like evidence
Yeah,
that it happened.
yeah,
and then
yeah.
Yell at somebody with.
Anyway, so I had to call and I had to get them to build a ramp for them to drive out of the pit. Okay, that is number 5.
They should have scooped the van in the excavator.
They should have. It would have. Yeah, I really would have loved to have one of my vehicles totaled. That would have been a very fun insurance claim. Where do I got through the door I wasn't supposed to go through, and it did not yield any progression whatsoever.
Yeah, this is baffling. I have no idea. I've definitely. I'm starting to like. This feels like a fever dream with how many times we've seen these hallways.
Yeah. Things just kind of happen.
Oh, okay. So then I go through. All right. Okay. There was a secret I missed. Sorry. Random progression.
No, wait, you no clipped. I saw.
No, he didn't. It's fine. But in
There
technically,
was
this
never.
is impact.
Yeah. There was never a case where a carpenter forgot to cut a door that I've seen. I did see somebody once put the lock on the wrong side of an electrical room and then make it so the door couldn't be opened from the outside, and they had to actually take the door off the building and flip it around because of that.
It feels like Ethan is like also kind of like maybe referencing
The Drake and
a
Josh
meme. Yeah, I
meme?
was exactly thinking that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
John.
I don't know what. Yeah.
Go get it.
Number 4. Hey, I can't go to the west side of the job site. There are wild dogs over there.
Son of a bitch! What the fuck?
Yep. Down by the border in the
It's
Delzura
coyotes.
Delzura Calexico, I got a call because there was a pack of wild dogs that needed to be removed from one side of the job site.
From just a side. Like I guess
It was a
like
very
where
big.
people weren't.
It was a very big job. Okay, it's a very big field.
Yeah,
But
okay.
anyways, yeah. So
Wow.
So I can't go over there. There's a pack of wild dogs, which includes the greatest remobilization change order I've ever had to authorize, which simply said, remobilization due to dogs.
Due to wild dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. Hey, I need to leave the job site. The superintendent is trying to hit me with a stick.
What? Okay, this is like Tarantino-esque. Now why? Now why was he going to be hit with a stick?
Okay, things that make this story better. It wasn't a stick. It was one of those nets that you clean leaves of the pools out with.
Oh, one of those.
Okay, so that the superintendent had for whatever reason.
It's like a skimming net, I guess. Yeah.
Okay,
Or
this
like without
this
the net
happened.
attached. It's just a pole.
One of my project managers called to tell me this because he was trying to explain to the super that where he was staging all of his rebar would not work because they were going to use that area for something else, and it was going to basically delay a concrete pour because they couldn't go through that area, right? And it needed to all be moved, which really made the superintendent very angry, to which he responded by saying, "Get off my job site," and grabbing said pool cleaner and threatening to hit him with it.
Oh my lord.
So that was fun.
Some people just cannot control their temper.
Yep. Speaking of controlling their temper, number 2, the superintendent and project engineer just got in a fist fight in the trailer. What do I do?
All right. Well, one. See if you can break up the fight.
The fight was over at the time.
Okay.
The engineer won and actually beat the crap out of the super, who then called his wife to have her come pick him up and take him home.
Oh, honey, I got beat up by one of my engineers. Can you pick me up? Oh, also, like, the engineer just, like, lived his dream, probably. I get to beat up a superior.
Yeah, basically. That guy got the super got fired. He apparently was the one who started
Really?
swinging.
Okay.
Apparently.
Wow. Don't start unless you start shit get hit. You know?
Start shit get hit, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's number 2, and number 1.
Right.
I get a call from a super who says we need to talk, and he says it like this: "We need to talk."
Uh-oh,
I'm like,
already not good.
Okay. He then follows with, "One of your employees just told me to eat a bowl of dicks."
Was it me?
At which point I go, "Okay. I agree that's unacceptable. Yes. Yeah. Let me look into it and I'll call you back." I call the guy. I don't call the guy who supposedly said it. I call the guy who was with him, who's his direct superintendent, and I call him and I go, "Hey, did that guy just tell the super to eat a bowl of dicks?" This is why this is number 1 for me. I hear him lower the phone, yell across the job site, "Hey, name, did you just tell the super to eat a bowl of dicks?" And then I hear that guy yell back, "Yeah!"
I hear. They seem like a close-knit group. People that suffer together stick together. What can I say?
Yeah, so that's number 1 for me. That was all time. That was one because that got everybody involved. There was things that are acceptable on job sites. You know, that was a very fun one. So that's number 1
Nice.
for me.
Nice.
So
wait, which WAD are we on now?
This is run like hell.wad. I think that's what that stands for. It's actually run LK hell.wad.
Please excuse my gas. I had shawarma for dinner.
Nice.
Chicken shawarma over rice.
I think this plays on this map. What map does this play on? Oh, I'm sorry. It plays on E1, M2. E1, M2, E2, M1.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had shawarma. There was a little stall near university of like some Palestinian people who did some shawarma
Nice.
that I routinely go to because it was actually like reasonably priced for being in the middle of London,
Oh,
and
Like-
it was good.
I love like Middle
This
Middle
looks
Eastern
good.
cuisine.
This
is
actually
like,
looks good and has like an interesting. Yeah, this
Middle
looks-
Eastern food is just like okay, we just put this like pile of meat on a stick and we like roasted it, and then we're just gonna chop off bits and pieces of it and like spice it the fuck up, chop off bits and pieces of it, put it on rice, and it'll be the most delicious thing you've ever eaten.
I agree with all that except for that last bit, but it is damn good. Kebabs are also pretty good. There's a good Persian place by me.
Mm.
Just in general, there's really good. Like Mediterranean is one of those like if you're in the mood for it, man, it hits the spot.
Oh, absolutely. Like I was like really hungry today, and then my friends are like, oh yeah, they said, hey, we had an idea for dinner. You come over and you pay for the whole thing.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
my favorite
okay.
idea. I love that idea.
I'm like, okay, but I mean, like, I don't know. They're very hospitable. I mean, it's the least I can do to you know, contribute once in a while. Oh my God, long door.
Long
What
door.
the hell?
You know,
So
I have an affinity for fat doors, but
like
I feel like
64 units.
no, I mean like 64 units is some fucking rookie numbers. Okay, I'm talking like 128 plus fat doors. Okay, I mean
Nice.
like these are some thick with two C's doors. Okay,
Nice.
yeah. And yeah, if they're wide too, if they're fat and wide, even better. But I feel like nobody's combined that with length yet. If we can get fat, wide, and long, oh.
It's
For
like
those
a
of you
giant
For
cube.
those of you just joining the conversation, Tarnsman is talking about dicks he likes in his mouth.
Exactly.
Giant cuboid.
Could not resist.
Well, not necessarily cuboid. You could make a very weird shape if you wanted.
Can GZ Doom handle sloped doors?
Probably it would render weird.
Can we make every door in Square E3 a rhombus?
No.
Why not? See
No,
these.
because
See, you're hearing in real time great ideas being shot down.
I will not be maligned like this. That's no fun, Matt. You know it's ridiculous. Wait right there. I'm gonna get a pool cleaner pole. Yeah, but yeah, shawarma was great. I was just like starving. Oh, you know what? And I had a little bit of hot sauce.
That was a
with it,
really
too.
dumb room. I'm glad that they didn't texture any of the bottom of any of those things. That really
Yeah,
added
it's
to the
great.
experience.
Bleed everywhere. I'm trying to finish up like one of my other bottles of hot sauces because a late Christmas present to myself was I bought the so if any of you guys have like seen Hot Ones on YouTube, where like, you know, the celebrities interviewed, but they progressively
Eat hotter
like,
sauces, yeah.
yeah,
I think
eat
we've
hotter
talked about this
things.
because I've done the last dab and the
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we did talk about this. But like, yeah, I got the entirety of the season 12 lineup of sauces. Like, I think it was a pack on like heatiness.com. They were selling like a bundle.
That's
And
cool.
the last dab is
That's
it's no joke.
No, that.
2 milliliters of it, like I just had like a 2 milliliter drop of it, like roughly, and ooh, it's powerful. It is super powerful.
It is very hot. But let me say this: do you have the bomb in there?
I mean, I have it's not exactly the bomb Beyond Insanity. It's like the full bottle the bomb
okay,
one.
So I've
Hopefully, it tastes
had
slightly better than the bomb.
no, yeah. The bomb tastes awful. I've
Yeah.
had both the last dab and the bomb. The last dab, I agree, is miserably hot, but it fades quickly.
And it actually tastes good.
Yeah.
Like, it's a non-extract sauce, which means it's like, you know, it tastes like it was like made from like pepper mash, like a fermented pepper mash, and it's Pepper X, right? So
Right.
it's crazy. It's crazy hot, but you don't mind the taste. It's
No.
it's good. It has flavor.
It's hot, but it doesn't linger. Okay.
It doesn't linger as long as I initially expected it to, but it did last.
Have
it
you
did
had
last
have you
a
had
while.
Da Bomb?
I've had. I think when we had this conversation, I think I said I had the lesser one,
Okay.
not the one that's beyond insanity, but
Right.
the one that was like maybe about like 10,000 Scoville, maybe 20,
Okay. So the problem
like a
with Da
fifth of the
Bomb,
power.
and honestly, the problem with putting Da Bomb at 8, because I think that's where they have it, right? They have it as like 8.
Yeah.
Is everything after that is pointless because the problem with Da Bomb, and
It's an extract.
yeah
It punches you in the face.
right. I think every one of those I've ever seen, that's the one that everybody like. That's the one that kicks their ass, and then after that, the other two they don't seem to mind at all. And I know why they don't mind it because I've had it. It gets in the back of your throat, and that motherfucker, like it's harder to get rid of that thing than an alimony payment. Okay, it is fucking there. It is
Yeah.
it is in your life. Like I must have been like 4 hours. I think is how long that lingered for when I had it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, the bomb is just. I mean, like, I'm glad I had its like lesser version because it was just unpleasant. It was just
Oh,
like
it
an
was.
unpleasant
First of all,
flavor.
yeah, it tastes awful. It tastes horrible. And then
What is
just,
it?
It sticks
think,
there.
like, Yeah, I think like in a very like early season, the T.J. Miller was interviewed, and I think he called like the hottest sauces stunt sauces, which is like a really good name for it. Like they're hot for the sake of hot. Like kind of like when everybody was brewing like IPA.
Oh yeah,
beers,
and you'd make a
some were
mean
bitter
beer.
just for the sake of bitter.
Yeah, you'd make mean beers. Like
Yeah.
straight up. I mean, they're still mean beers. You drink some of them. You're drinking a mean beer, man.
I'm drinking a artisanally crafted.
You're
thing
drinking
that's-
a meme beer, Matt.
it's a. I mean, yeah. I
It's a
suppose.
s'more, Matt.
It's an imperial milk stout with cacao, vanilla, graham cracker, and marshmallow. So, yeah, it's a s'more. It's s'more beer. It's not bad, but it has like this weird taste to it, and I think that's probably like a little too much vanilla. But I don't know. It's good. Imperial milk stout. It's good. It's a dessert beer. You can taste the lactose in the name. The reason why milk stouts are milk stouts is because lactose is a sugar that does not ferment with the yeasts that you would use for fermenting malt. So
Beer of the evening, Iron Horse Cozy Sweater Milk Stout. Is that what it's actually called?
I bet, yeah. Cozy Sweater. Like Iron Horse is probably the brewing company. Cozy Sweater is the name of the beer. And it's a milk stout.
Okay.
Oh man, I want to start brewing beer, and
I could see you get into microbrewing.
like what is it? Actually, what is it?
What is
TMD got
the
into microbrewing.
microbrewing version of emergent gameplay?
The micro? What you mean like the beer type or?
I don't know, just
No, you
what
mean
would emergent gameplay be for a beer? You know.
emergent gameplay? I would say a Oh, which one is the wild fermented one? Are lambics wild fermented?
For those of you who don't understand, emergent gameplay is what Matt references like easily 60% of the time when talking about why certain things wouldn't be important to design. Because
no,
they'd
first
be
of all,
for
how dare you, just speed running. I think I described speed running as emergent gameplay.
You've brought it up in contexts other than speedrunning before.
Well, it's anything that you find gameplay out of that was not intended by the original author. That's emergent gameplay.
Right. So
what's the emergent gameplay of
yeah,
of
yeah,
beer brewing?
yeah.
I guess like what the accidental beers, like anything that's like wild brewed.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I think I forget which one is wild brewed. It's either creeks or lambics. I think maybe like they're both like fruit beers, but I think maybe oh god, I gotta look this up now. I think a creek is the wild fermented one. creek. Oh, it's a creek lambic. Is it creek lambic style made by fermenting lambic with sour morello cherries? Okay, maybe it's just the composition. One of them is wild brewed.
I feel like
I think
I've
maybe
heard
lambic pie.
about Creek Lambics, just like in mention.
Okay, yeah.
Passing mention, blah 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 words.
Okay, so yeah, a creek lambic is a type of lambic. It's brewed with morello cherries, but so a lambic is so I was half right. A creek and a lambic are a creek is a subset of lambic, and lambics are wild fermented. Okay, and
Yeah,
they're like still kind of beer.
Creek Lambics are somewhat popular relative to other varieties of things.
Yeah, because like I think it's probably just the inclusion of cherries. I don't really like cherries in highly alcoholic beers because it makes things taste like very medicine-y, if not balanced out by another flavor.
I thought you were just gonna say I don't like cherries.
I like cherries. They have to be used appropriately when fermenting things.
I think that cherries have to be used appropriately anytime. I think any food has to be used appropriately.
Very true.
I don't think there's a single food that can't be ruined.
What do you mean? Like, in what way ruined?
Like, if it's improperly used, it just turns out like, no, this is awful. Like, I think you can make shitty anything.
You don't think you can make shitty anything?
No, I think you can make shit. I'm saying, like, I think... I
okay.
think that there is not a unruinable food.
Oh, unruinable.
Oh yeah.
Pizza comes close to unruinable.
No, I've had bad pizza.
I mean, I've had bad pizza, but yeah. No, okay. I take that back. I've had regrettably bad pizza.
No, I've had regrettably bad pizza. I mean, also it's really easy to ruin anything that you burn.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like, especially eggs. Oh my lord.
The worst eggs I've ever had were in Australia, at a 5-star hotel.
Wow.
They were
What
orange.
was the bad thing
it was
about
just
them?
awful. They were awful. They were awful eggs. Most of the food I had in Australia was honestly pretty terrible.
Yikes. Maybe it's the heat.
No, I was there in August. It was cold as shit.
So that was when it was... Okay, yeah. I forget, like, their seasons are reversed, like, from the northern hemisphere.
Define ruin, because if I take a shit on your meal, I can ruin it. Attempting to cook, like... Ruin within respect of you're still making food. You're not
making the food. Yeah.
You're not like so like burning actually should be excluded, but you can make a non-burnt pizza that's bad. You can.
I'm trying to think what tastes better burnt. Oh, you know what? I like burnt potato chips. Do you get like burned potato chips, like potato chips?
There are parts of a pizza that taste better burnt, like the if you have a little bit of burnt cheese.
Burnt cheese. Oh my lord.
Tiny bit of crispiness.
Yeah, that's good.
And if cheese just gets fried on its own, oh man.
Yeah.
It's like you like cheese, you like fried things. How about fried cheese? Fucking brilliant.
Always been fond of slightly burnt popcorn. Yeah, it depends.
Yeah. Man.
I am. So there's like a wall by the blue door apparently. I need to find.
This is quite an elaborate map.
It is a very elaborate map. Why do both of those teleporters lead here? Does this have a readme? This is a run like hell, Wad. It does have a readme.
If my gut feeling is deathmatch map for 4 people.
This is a giant deathmatch map. This is a deathmatch map.
It is pretty big.
But we've seen way bigger deathmatch. People's deathmatch sensibilities were way different back in the day.
Although there's quite a few monsters in here. I guess it is single player, but it's like really non-linear.
Or it's super linear and I just fucked up and missed where I was supposed to go. I feel like non-linear, that word gets misused a lot in Doom.
Yeah, linear and non-linear. I was like, that exact thought was in my head, and you said it.
Yeah.
Like the like kind of like when people say, "Oh, this map plays very linear." It's like I'm retreading like the same area a couple of times in navigating the map. It's not exactly linear. It's not linear just because you know exactly where to go after you like pick up a key or something.
I don't know. I feel like with gameplay, people like especially like modern games. One thing I always see all the time, like whenever I see people complaining about games, is there always be people like talking about how, and this is I guess is part of marketing's fault, is there's always like this video game has choices and your choice matters, but then of course the choice is always like which one of like 2 to 4 endings you get, and the only like 98% of what you do is like minuscule changes, and then people always get upset that your choices don't matter. And I'm always thinking like what would a game where your choices do matter, like technically your choices always matter because you can always just choose to play the story where the protagonist dies and you don't reload the game. So by playing the game, like you are creating a different
chosen death.
Right. But then like what do people expect? Like, do they expect something where like a developer somehow spends $2 billion to make 47 different video games that all like branch into one another? Because that's essentially what a true your choices matter game would be. Like,
the way to pull off choices mattering is modularity.
Yeah.
You want to have smaller chunks in which your choices matter that fit together.
Yeah.
I like Deus Ex's use of choice. I also like.
Well, yeah, that's a good example. That one, the original one, where you could just like not kill anybody. Like, I think that's cool.
And like the game like had like so many like ways it handled like you killed a guy before an important cutscene, or there's like a bunch of dialogue that happens, like. Okay, so spoilers, because it's a fucking, like, oh my god, it's a 20-year-old game.
There's no spoilers for fucking Deus Ex. I've actually never played the original Deus Ex. I've only, like, semi-played it, but I know
so when you escape from... Yeah, okay, so when you escape from Majestic 12, and then you're in UNATCO headquarters, and you make your way to Manderley's office, Joseph Manderley of UNATCO, and it's like the trigger that triggers a conversation with him is like right in his like office, like as soon as you step into it, where he's like finishing up like a call with like Walton Simons, but you can like blow his ass up before you start in the room, and it has a situation covered for he's dead and you entered the room.
See, but like that kind of thing is what most games nowadays that get criticized for like there are many instances of stuff like that where it's basically micro choices. Like, at least, granted, I haven't played a lot of modern games. Like, most of them is me watching it. You know, like, I think the most hours I've put in any modern game would probably be, like, Fallout 4, and I didn't even play that. That was me mostly just fucking around with stupid settlement building because I watched Ashley do that. One's like, I want to fuck with that, and then, like, I put 200 hours into building settlements. I don't think I even beat that game.
I want to say like a game that's like purely like choice and outcome would be like Civilization types of games,
right?
Like, where you like it's entirely open ended and you can win in different ways.
But from what I've seen, like a lot of games basically let you have that micro choice, but like I don't know, it just seems like a lot of people are expecting at some point, you know, technology is going to get to the point where we do get the choose one of 50 games to play based off of like all these choices.
Yeah, but then it's like if it's like too long a game, then like the people
obviously
some people like wouldn't have time to like replay it, and then they just like, oh, okay, I guess that was a cool experience. But then like I don't know, it's like your audience also has to have the time for getting the most out of something that is that open-ended. And like even as like lengthy and crazy The Witcher 3 is, it still has like one of like 3 actual definitive endings. And then like even when you have something like Fallout New Vegas, which is like probably like the best incarnation of a 3D Fallout game I've ever played.
New Vegas,
you have layers to one chief ending.
Yeah, New Vegas is probably like the greatest example of it, is because New Vegas, you can choose to just side with nobody, kill everybody, and go the yes man route. But that's still like, that is the closest to like any game has let you go like fuck it and still complete the game. Since like the early like I guess Daggerfall let you pretty much do that. If you could actually get it to not corrupt and crash.
The thing about the Fallout games that makes it work so well is the endings, like how they have the little slides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's bits and pieces of one large ending, yeah. So like, yeah, and it's narrated by Ron Perlman, so that's already...
Right, but ultimately at the end of the day, that's still... Daggerfall not crashing, that isn't a thing, yeah, exactly.
I think people mostly want, like, more meaningful choices.
Yeah, but like...
That, but that's what I'm saying, like...
The argument is around meaningful, the word meaningful, I think. Like, and the scope of what meaningful is. And everybody from, like, you know, from, like, you know, every walks of life, in terms of game playing people, is going to have, like, a different meaning
left-hand corner
for
of the
meaningful.
Map, a blue door pretending to be
Michael.
a wall. I can't get into... If you're talking about this, I can't. There's a, like, elevation change there that I can't. Maybe at the top part? I think I tried to use that already, but we'll try again. I might have tried to use that before I had the blue key. That might be it.
North end of that room.
I think it might be before I had the blue key, and that's why I didn't open. Well, that's fucking useful. That's some straight troll shit right there.
Oh, the door's like way up there, and it's still a door before it.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
That's how we roll, I guess. Oh, here we go.
These fucking long doors and...
Oh, another thing, big lifts. Love me some big lifts.
Big lift.
Big lift. That's exactly what I was just thinking. Oh, I got an auto map. I got an auto map that shows you me. I need to go through where the red key brings me, which is useless.
My lord, there's still quite a bit of map left.
Yeah, there is. This is not even like the biggest map in Maximum Jim. Where the fuck is the red key? I'm gonna laugh my ass off if the red key is behind the red door. I don't see it behind the red door. Was there a key in the Pentagon room with no lower textures? No, but I do see where the red key is now that you made me look at that room. What do you define as a big lift? Yeah, exactly.
This is the Wild West of mapping, everybody. There were no rules. I kind of miss it.
I do. There's certain aspects of it that I do in fact miss.
Like there's no expectation for anything in terms of like how Doom maps should be made or how they used to be made or something like that.
I kind of like the idea of like people making their maps so obscure like this because like there was just this expectation that somebody would play a map for like a whole day trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like what is it? Like a very, yeah, it's like the Myst like gameplay. The half the gameplay is like figuring out what the hell.
I missed the key. Well, you know what we're gonna do about that? We're gonna like clip back because that's what I have to say about that. I can't believe I missed the key. I jumped in the wrong fucking window.
Oh, the key's in like one of those windows?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I missed that jump. Got the key. There we go.
Nice.
No, it's one of those things that like one of the things that made No Rest for the Living really cool was that it was made from like an outsider perspective.
Yeah.
So stuff like that really can, if you bring more of a modern polish to it, could really add to Doom. I don't hate this map either. I hate that I'm confused as shit while playing this map, but
Yeah. I feel like Sigil is essentially also outsider art.
Yeah, no,
in
absolutely.
terms of, in terms of like established community standards, whatever those are.
Mm.
It's weird to think of Sigil as outsider art when like the most insidest
man made
inside
it.
guy made Doom.
John Romero has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
We all know Sandy Peterson made Doom.
It was a combined team effort. As most things with teams are.
Look. Okay. Team is just me backwards with some extra bullshit. Romero emote, cool.
Oh, I've done group projects in uni. I have done group projects, and in a group of 4, 2 people are usually doing the work.
That's a high estimate. It's usually one.
Yeah, it is.
Group work.
I don't miss it. Like, I mean, at least in
You know
the
what I love about
workplace-
group work? Group work is something that every single person experiences, and every single person always complains that not everybody does the work in the group. Like, there's not a single person who's ever not complained about group work and not, like, everybody carrying their weight, right?
Yeah, but like if there's at least an honest person that has ever, I mean, like, you know why? Because like the people that complain are the ones that did the work. The people that don't complain or have never talked about group work are the ones that are just like, yeah, I just sat back and made the other guy do it.
So everybody has experienced that in school,
Yeah.
but then what the fuck is going on here? Loses that life. I just clipped up there because that's obviously broken. Then loses that life lesson when it comes to the real world and acts like meritocracy isn't a thing.
Yeah, it's.
This is RWay11ECR.wad.
Man, we thought we'd be like finishing it this evening, and here we are, playing through like huge ass things and the R's.
The R's. Hey man, there's always one letter that kind of cock blocks you.
Yeah.
It's
I was gonna say it was S because like S. There's a lot of things that begin with S.
I mean, I thought D would be a lot longer. D was.
Oh, it'd be like Doom. It would all start with Doom.
Well, D
Or
was
DM.
like a third of Maximum Doom, of the original Maximum Doom.
They were all like deathmatch maps and shit, like DM something.
Yeah. Oh my god, the amount of D's in Maximum Doom was insane. I was stuck in the D's for like 7 parts.
How about you play D's?
Nuts.
D's nuts.
Oh.
Sick roll.
I just did a kick flip on a skateboard you can't see.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
You know what I need? I need to get like a mixer and then like hook like my laptop up to that mixer so I could also have like a soundboard. I feel like that's what this is missing. I feel like this stream is
We
missing
need a soundboard. We need our drops.
We need drops.
I thought this was a deathmatch match when I started it. And actually, hold on. Let me read the readme for that last map. Let's see if that was a deathmatch map. That was Run Like Hell.wad by Duffy Knox, by the way.
Duffy Knox.
Yeah. He can't think of anything of any pertinence. He is from Canada. His email address is at alchemy.chem.ut Ontario. I'm sorry, utoronto.ca.
Nice.
Second version of his first WAD, designed for everything, single player, multiplayer, or deathmatch mode. So there was a deathmatch map in that. It looks like a castle complete with moats, dungeons, secret passages, temples, and even an open mine pit where they obviously got all that green marble, and there's a lot of green marble from. He added a section at the end, which seems well designed for deathmatch, but I didn't put anything around for the deathmatch starts there. Okay. Interesting.
Minor world building.
It took him about 40 hours to build it. We can do whatever we want with it, as long as we put his name somewhere. It's his first WAD. Let him know if you have any criticisms.
This is my first WAD. Let me know in the comments section.
That was like you started doing Trump and then went somewhere else with it?
No, I wasn't even trying to do any kind of impression.
Matt wants to keep his Twitter account. Not even a chuckle.
Matt won't even... Did you say Matt won't delete his Twitter account? No, I didn't hear you.
Matt
Sorry.
wants to keep his Twitter account.
Oh, okay.
I was being
No,
topical.
Okay, well, it'd be fine because then Matt would just start tweeting CCP propaganda and he wouldn't have to worry about anything.
CCP pro. I ain't no pinko. I ain't no pinko commie. I mean, I'm already going against the grain by being an indie developer that doesn't post tweets about how much America sucks.
Wow, you fucking traitorous swine.
Do you post tweets about anything?
I don't think Matt uses
I
Twitter
just
because
retweet Doom shit.
he has
I retweet Doom shit.
self-respect.
I retweet Doom stuff that other people are making, and occasionally I make, or I don't know. If I were to tweet anything, it's just some like dumb joke that an out of touch guy like me would make. And
Dad joke Twitter is the only thing good about Twitter.
no, Black Twitter and Scottish Twitter are really good.
Actually, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Sports Twitter is actually like true, proper, like lose your shit sports Twitter. That's
yeah,
some real
okay.
shit.
Yeah, no,
Not like
good.
sports journalism Twitter, like
No.
like sports fans fucking fillet the GM alive for drafting that person Twitter. That's the good shit.
I like for sports I like forums because
Yeah.
like you do get like flame wars, but they're like antagonistic team related flame wars, and it's just I don't know, it's just funny. Even like microcosms of that.
I don't
Like
know, sports.
I always like football discussions on like the Something Awful forums, because then you get like into like just people being like just like roasting other teams.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And whatnot.
It's great. No,
This is perfect.
Sports discussions are what you get when you get to have all the fun of like vigorous, vicious political debate, but it doesn't actually matter.
No.
It's the same level of just blind, like, one party, like, just complete hypocrisy and everything, but it's for sports, so we're totally fine with just the insane levels of tribalistic rage. It's great.
Yeah, it's tribalistic rage over something that 90% of people agree is
like
frivolous.
I mean, you know, if there was a Vikings fan here, I would let them know that they are a subhuman piece of shit, and people wouldn't be mad the same way that they would be mad if, you know, I told them that because they believed in whatever insert political thing here. It's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Fuck the Vikings.
I want to see the Bills get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I would love to see the Bills get to the Super Bowl. I have a soft
And I would
spot
love to
for
see them Yeah, and I would love to see them win the Super Bowl.
See, I don't want to
too.
see them win the Super Bowl. We're gonna beat them in the Super Bowl. That'll be great.
I root for the underdog because like the Bills have been to like the Super Bowl like what 4 consecutive times.
Four
and they
straight
still never
times, and they
won?
lost every time. That was ry11rcr.wad. It was made by Eric C. Reuter and miscellaneous. He's a system administrator and a system programmer for supercomputer with no time on his hands, but make time for the most important thing, Doom. That was a deathmatch level, by the way. Played best with no monsters. Please don't flame me. Remember flame as like an insult? I miss.
Yeah.
Flame Wars.
Flame wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simpler times. Simpler times.
Good old Usenet
Yeah,
and their
simpler
flame
times.
wars, especially on the Linux user groups.
Simpler times.
Linux users and arguing amongst themselves. Name something just more perfectly paired.
Yeah. Please don't flame me about the big door 2 textures on most doors. I use that texture because I hate the other available door textures for less than that with 128 widths.
Big Door 2 is so pedestrian though.
Okay, if you like rocket duels, you might like this map, by the way. You can use this file for anything you want, so no lawsuits. This is Saw time. Flame Wars were when you basically wrote a screed about how the other poster sucked. It was better when those were text format and not 40-minute YouTube videos.
Yeah. Although I do every once in a while, like just, I don't know, like YouTube drama shit is like,
Is
it's like
that
a bag of potato chips
is that
for me.
the cross cemetery thing from Master of Puppets cover?
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Wait, how does this like room not destroy like Fizz planes? I guess because like the sky like kind of, like
This?
tempers it a little bit.
This
Like the middle section that has,
No,
like,
you can
all
easily
the...
get away with that.
Alright. I don't
Because
know,
the
like,
rest of
my
the room is a
brain-
box, dude. That's why. If you
Yeah,
try to
it's a
do that,
box,
in,
and
like,
it's sky. It's box and
yeah,
sky.
any
yeah.
detail, and it's also one light level.
Yeah, true.
This song should not be in the jukebox because it's too short. I'm picking a new song. Perfect. There we go. It's just the Bunny song. FHC. The chain gun sound, by the way, is the Aliens rifle sound.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good sound. I love that sound.
That sound like just appears in like so many like 90s mods and stuff for Doom. I've like heard
Oh,
that
that's a good idea. I should change it to Master of Puppets. Change moves D Master. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Dun, 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 dun,
You know what? That I'd never heard that song like in its entirety until a couple years ago.
It's kind of like a long song. It's like 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's like something. That's a great song. I'd not heard most Metallica for the longest time.
You can't. Master of Puppets is like actually my like probably. It's a good album.
It's a great-
I'm
yeah,
gonna
it's a
say
good album.
My favorite album. It's a really good album.
We still need to finish that. We stopped after Reload. I think Ride the Lightning is their best album.
If you like the Black Album, you're a pleb.
That album's good. There's a lot of good stuff on it.
It's good, but there definitely is like
It's more
it
commercialized.
is a little bit of a turn. There's a turn in there. Yeah. In their
Is
creativity.
that really the exit?
I like angry Metallica, so like a lot of their like earlier stuff is like when they're just like, yeah, things suck. Ah, they're sending us to die.
Landmine has taken my legs. If I listen to one like excessively, I get sick of that song pretty quick as well.
Yeah, one kind of like feels like it just goes on.
That's like a good every once in a while song. This is
Yeah.
SCC2 Dawad. I don't know. What is also kind of one of those songs that like, not to as much of an extent, but what is the Iron Maiden song? I think it's "Run to the Hills." Is "Run to the Hills" the one that starts with like the Native American perspective and then shifts to like?
yeah.
Anyways, I like the beginning of that song, and then I don't give a shit about the entire rest of that song. Yeah, that part of the song, yeah, I like that part of the song a lot. And then once it shifts away from that part of the song, I completely loses me, and I don't give a shit about the song.
Yeah, when it turns into like very glam,
Yeah.
like it sounds like glam metal a little bit. Yeah.
It is just not the same without the falsetto. I agree, Seamus. He's referring to, I Believe in a Thing Called Love, which is the Maiden's one. The Darkness were like the first great cheesy. It's not like parrot. It's like that thing where you just do the thing, but you do it like it's sincere to a point, but it's still joking. I don't know what it's not like parody because like
Kind of like Typo Negative. Typo Negative like knew that. Like Typo Negative was like they were goth metal. They were good goth metal, but they knew when
they were being
could
silly.
kind of poke fun at their lyrics. Like they had songs. Like I guess Peter Steele was like their main writer. He wrote songs that were like
yeah, it's like
personal, but he wouldn't allow himself to get too far into the lugubriousness of gothic metal, and at times poke fun at the genre itself in song.
like
Self-aware.
yeah.
They're very self-aware.
It's kind of like
Which is
one of
why
my
I like
problem with comedy music. Like, I know everybody loves Tenacious D, and I do love some of Tenacious D's stuff, but like Tenacious D is a great example because they're good, but they still suffer from the problem that ultimately at the end of the day, Tenacious D just doesn't have the musical chops to back it up.
No, I
Like-
disagree about the musical thing.
Well,
I agree with their like they undercut their I guess quote unquote seriousness with a joking, like at least like with like lyrics or whatever. Like would I feel embarrassed to sing a song of theirs out loud is like kind of
I
maybe
mean,
the thought I have. I don't know.
yeah, but that I don't mean necessarily that they themselves don't have the musical chops. I mean their music itself, like the actual music, like the production of what they're doing. There's always like a level of. It's like there is the comedy, like it has that comedy music feel to it, you know, like be it like
yeah.
Bo Burnham or whatever his name is, or like just any
Yeah.
comedy musician. Always there's like a certain feel to their music to where the comedy aspect of it kind of overshadows the comedy aspect of it kind of like Weird Al, because Weird Al's voice, for example, like you feel like it's a weird, like, you know what I mean? Whereas
Yeah.
something like The Darkness or like, I don't know, Ghost or Glory Hammer or anything where first and foremost they're just doing whatever the genre is, but there's like a level of ridiculousness to it. Like fucking you're doing a 60s fucking kind of like psychedelic rock song about fucking Satan as part of your doom metal band, or
Yeah.
you know, I Believe in a Thing Called Love is a great example, where you fucking lead into the guitar solo with, like, the perfect hair metal, him literally saying guitar, and then there's a fucking guitar solo.
Yeah, it gets very, like, yeah, self-parodying in a
But
way.
at the end of the day, removed from all that self-parody, they just made a really good song in that style, and then they applied the comedy on top of that. It's like with joke wads, where
Yeah.
the best joke wads are wads that are, first and foremost, a good doom map, and then the joke is applied on top of it.
I have that same critique about, like, also, like, Ninja Sex Party, which is, like, already on its, like, fucking surface joke, comedy music, even when the music is good. But, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it is what it is. You know, but there's one artist that I love, but can't seem to allow himself to be too good, and that's Hot Dad. And I mean, already the name he goes by is, like, weird. But
Hey, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks. Matt likes hot dads.
No, singular hot dad. But even okay, so his, like, kind of, like, he does a character in what is it, Hypnospace Outlaw, that game. Like, he was, like, hired to do, like, a bunch of, like, music for it, and he's the Chowder Man, and he has, like, this really good Christmas song called Christmas Pain in Christmas Town, but it's like it's really good lyrics, and it's really good music. And it's like, it feels like it could be, like, you know, something I would definitely play in the holidays. Like, it's a good, even, like, holiday song, but it undercuts itself with the Chowder Man character, like, in 2 lines. And I'm just like, come the fuck on, man. You're, like, almost there. It's, like, frustrating. It's frustrating that, like, it's like he has a quote-unquote serious band or, like, serious album from time to time, but, like, that's, like, my main frustration with Eric Helwig in general, like, and his music, is that he can't help but try to undercut himself.
Yeah, and that's where the hardest thing with making comedy stuff like that, where
yeah,
it's always harder to make something that's good first and then add the comedy in later than, you know, it's what are you focusing on primarily?
yeah. I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, but no, I get it. Anyways, that's why I like this song a lot. I appreciate that it's a dumb as fuck song, but it's also great because it's sincere in what it is, but also stupid.
Yeah. I'd say the same thing maybe about, like, Typo Negative, but, like, they don't venture into stupid. They're like, okay, we know what we are, so have fun with it a little bit, and while still, you know, being serious and sincere.
I will say that I think music is the easiest genre, or, like, medium for people to get away with this with, because, like, everything else, purposely making quote-unquote so bad it's good stuff, like, just is very, very difficult. Like, it's almost impossible to do in film.
Yeah, in film it's, like, surreptitious. There's surreptitious is the wrong word. Serendipitous.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
exactly.
It's serendipitous. Like, you just fall into it being, like, a hit because it's bad. Like The Room. Like, you get. Like,
well, that's
like,
a great
believe,
example.
Like, the room comes from a sincere place.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So bad. It's so technically bad.
This is school.wad. I always feel uncomfortable when something's called, like, school.wad or office.wad and all that crap, because
this is murder fantasy.
Yeah, that's always the thought I get. But there's no monsters, so I'm gonna err on the side of, hey, this guy just wanted a death match with his friends, in a place where they know. So, you know,
Yeah.
hey, it's not murder if they're shooting back.
Yes.
I don't know, in terms of, like, something.
If we had a soundboard, that would be a fucking drop.
It's not murder if the people are.
If they're shooting
or
back.
just my yes.
Both of those.
Yes.
Both of those would be drops.
Sorry, Max. You were saying.
Something that's kind of in a weird in-between zone is Black Dynamite.
Yes.
With, like,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
very
Well, no.
intentionally cheesy and silly, and has lots of weird, kind of bad stuff in at times, but it's really fucking funny.
It's definitely like it goes in the parody of like blaxploitation, kung fu, what is his name, Rudy Ray Moore esque
See,
movies. But
that is
yeah, it definitely
that's
is.
why I'm saying that it's the hardest to do in film, because certainly in
Yeah.
film, parody there are good parody films.
Yeah.
There certainly are good parody films, but almost every single good parody film is good. Like, you can pick out what the difference between, say, like the two guys whose names I can never remember. I know one of them's Friedberg. The X movie people, like the blank movie people.
Oh my.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I mean, Keenan Ivory Wayans used to be the director for, like, blank movie. I think just Scary Movie, and then maybe another one of those. But then it was, like, handed off to
Yeah, Seltzer
people that
Feinberg.
went
That's
too
it.
far with
That's
it.
it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
It's fucking terrible movies.
Because all the jokes in those movies are just like, here is the parody. Like, that is like the joke is, here is this but stupid, right?
Oh yeah, like what is it? The I think
Speaking
I
of
forget.
Scary Movie,
There's a Red Letter Media clip that like explains exactly what those movies are.
yeah. Anyways, this is speaking of Scary Movie. This is Scream.wad.
Ooh.
Um,
Decent film, decent horror film.
yeah.
Decent thriller, more like a thriller than.
Am I just
horror,
trapped
but,
in here? I think I need to restart, which is a shame because I'm losing dirty laundry. No, no.
Losing Dirty Laundry?
By Don Henley.
Oh, the song.
Oh no, I think I do need to go in there to do it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Damn. This is a weird opening.
Do I need to shoot rockets in there, or what is going on in here? I'm guessing I need to shoot rockets in there. Do I still have no clip on? No, I can just walk through those bars. Okay. Oh, you know why I can walk through those bars? I know I can walk through those bars. Here's a great example of how gliding works.
Like you just walked straight.
Yep.
You didn't even turn or anything.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow,
Because-
perfectly lined up.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the angle being slightly janky.
Yeah. Getting a Z-Doom glide is pretty impressive.
Yeah, you have to have that shit perfectly lined up from the start.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of these.
So wait a minute. Did the map kind of open with
The map
like
opened with
a trick?
Yeah, the map opened with a mandatory glide.
God damn. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Weird.
Fuck, I thought I figured this out. Nope.
Oh, is it like a path through
Yeah.
the... Oh, for fuck's sake. This is last call all over again.
Great MIDI. Narrowly missed the top 5. If it was turn left.
This is a puzzle wad.
I like it. I like it a lot. So turn. No, wait. Turn left. Ah. Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, fuck. Okay, I gotta turn left. I did it wrong. Hold on. There we go.
Fucking this teleporter maze.
Okay.
This is pretty cool. Like just a straight up puzzle wad.
Yeah, man, I'm actually pretty impressed. Not gonna lie. Well, I don't know why you did that. The other day, I went upstairs to brush my teeth. And I walked downstairs, and I sat down on the couch, and I turned over to Ashley, and I said, "Here," and I handed her the tube of toothpaste. That was that rocket launcher right there.
I have intentions. I'm not sure what they are.
Yeah.
Just a big brain farty day.
Just the biggest of brain farts. She's like, if you didn't look so confused, I would have thought you were insulting me, telling me I needed to brush my teeth. Sometimes you just have brain farts. It happens. Autopilot is a scary thing.
It's weird to think of our brains as like just strange, like a strange mass of like interconnected electrical neurons, and somehow that makes us think things and do things. And if they, if that electricity jumps around a little bit weirdly, some really weird shit happens. I say as a programmer because I can tell a computer how to move its electrons around, so there you go. Isn't that the weird thing about the brain is it knows nothing about itself? Like you can't just fetch information from the brain about how the brain works. Ain't that wild?
Hmm.
There's no reflection in the brain.
Well, no, what's even weirder is like the split brain shit, where like they removed the part that connects the two sides of your brain, and because
Oh,
like
yeah.
different shit happens on different sides, you get like somebody who picks up an object, but then when you ask them why they picked up the object, because speech and vision are on different sides, they wouldn't, like, they'd have to make up a reason why they're holding their object, but they would make up a reason and think that was totally normal to make up that reason, because just how the brain works.
Yeah, it's so.
Because they couldn't see like the card that said like pick up the apple or whatever. I forget what the actual experiment was.
I want to say there's like a CGP Grey video about that. I want to say that there's a like left brain, right brain video about that. I think that's where I heard that experiment from.
Probably is.
There's also the classic of the guy who got the rod straight through his.
That might be what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, and then like it just kind of like split his like
Yeah.
brain function. Man. Brains, fellas. Weird things.
Split brain is one of the procedures they use to combat seizures. That's fucking awful. I am trying to non-berserk a Kako demon. This is my life right now.
Well, like only if they're like really, really bad seizures. Like I guess that like kind of like confines like any kind of like electrical anomalies in the brain to like one part.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
I think we're talking like will physically hurt themselves bad seizures.
Yeah, like really, really, like, and like often.
Right.
And,
I just know that as the good shit. Invulnerability isn't used enough for Doom.
It's not. I guess
hard.
it's not.
It's hard to use.
Yeah. It's hard to use in a way that is still kind of like fun.
It's always fun to kill things in Doom, so that's not the case. It's
Alright.
it's being too afraid to let the player. No, I'm kidding. It's that you spend all this time on a challenging map, and then you're just like, but I'm not gonna just give the player an out.
Well, no, if you make the challenge time based, like
Yeah, no. There are clever and well-designed ways to use vulnerability, and it's just hard, and it's easier to say we should use this more than actually fucking do it.
Mm. Like invulnerability kind of like completely alleviates threat for 30 seconds, so it like I can see why it's like why people like hesitate to use it, even as like a power up in like a secret place, because it like completely throws balance entirely out.
Vulnerability completely alleviates threats is a great phrase.
Yeah, I mean it.
I mean, like, yeah, obviously you're fucking invulnerable, Matt.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Are you not threatened by running out of ammo?
Are you threatening me?
That's true. That's true. It doesn't completely alleviate threats. You can run out of ammo.
I suppose so. Yeah.
I mean, that's usually what I find invols tend to be used for in the projects where you'd be a bit more reticent to use them, is you want to, like, manage enemies carefully, and you want to use your time as best as you can, because you're not killing everything.
Mm.
There's 2 rooms, you have to choose which one. Yeah, there's a multitude of ways to use it correctly. Just all those ways require effort, and they're hard. And if politicians have taught me anything, it's that it's easier to just say we should do something than to put in the effort to actually do it.
Yeah. Way easier.
Way easier, okay?
And then collect lobbyist money, then sit on their ass.
Somebody had a joke.
die.
Somebody had a joke about the speaker's podium being auctioned on eBay, and of course eBay took it down because the person who finally bought it didn't buy it with corporate lobby money. I don't know if this is a trap room you're meant to die in or if it's like a timed door. There's a door out of here. There's like 100% I see a door right here that's the door out of here. I just don't know if I'm supposed to open this door first or... There are questions that I don't have the answers to. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a second save. We're going to load the first save and see if I'm supposed to open that door from the other side. And it looks like I am.
So you're kind of soft locked if you don't.
Oh, I get why it's like this. But it's kind of stupid because I can just do it like this anyways. Because you get the invulnerability, so it's easy to just do this. Rocketing imps is indeed very satisfying.
Just mulching low tier enemies.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. With invulnerability, like, that's what invulnerability was made for.
Yeah, rocket punching.
Yeah, so you are just straight up soft locking them. If you don't open the door from the outside. I mean, you're straight up soft locked in the beginning of the map if you don't do a really dumb void glide, so.
Weird level. Is it like intended primarily for co-op?
That might be it, and I just void glided my way through the co-op lock. Which would be hilarious. And I don't know why I called it a void glide. It wasn't even a void glide. It was just standard glide.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You gotta get the terminology right, man.
I got it wrong, man. Somebody call the police.
I'm gonna call the Doom Police on
Call
you.
the Doom Police on me. Bro, sick-ass double door in 1994.
Pretty cool.
Sick-ass Hall of Mirrors effect, too.
Hey, man. Not everybody can be perfect. It's just a modern video game, alright? You just have to live with a certain level of bug. You can't expect them to release something usable. People demand too much.
Have you been seeing, like, all the glitches in, like, Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah, considering that Ashley's been playing it, like, non-stop for the last, like, 2 weeks, yes, I have been seeing a lot of that game. Mostly that Keanu Reeves deserved better. He's actually really good at that, from what I've seen. But yeah, I'll look at the TV and there'll be like a cigarette just like floating in midair, and I'll be like, yeah, this was a finished product that somebody released.
Yeah, it makes me sad. Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt is pretty damn good.
I'm
It's
sure
not,
give it like
super
2 years
lengthy,
and it'll
but-
be an actually I'm sure give it 2 years it'll be a great game.
Yeah.
Everything that I've seen, and the reason why I haven't started playing it yet, because it does look like something that eventually I will want to play, is it just looks like literally their publisher said you have to release this game, and like they just released an unfinished product. That's straight up what it looks like to me.
Yeah. And
Like it needed at least like another 6 months of bug fixing.
Yeah, there's like, what is it? It sucks that, like, there's like 2 like hard things that force companies to, you know, hit a deadline or like be rushed to a release, and one is marketing saying that we have to release this now and it'll make us the most money, and the other one is a publisher saying we're out of money to give you.
I mean, the last one's a true thing. Like, I know people don't like to hear this, but the
last
role
one
of
is
a
a very true
business,
thing, yeah.
the role of a business, first and foremost, above anything else, is to make money. Okay,
Yeah.
and if you don't make money, you run out of money, and then you can't make anything.
Yeah.
I fucked up and don't have enough ammo to kill these cyber demons. And unfortunately, like
the we're out of money one, yeah, is real and is a very, very like valid reason. And then like the other one of like marketing going, we have to release this during this time because it is like the most advantageous. Like, shut the fuck up.
yeah, that one,
make a good thing.
that one is fucked up. But like, how long that game was being worked on for? Like 7 years, right?
Yeah, it was like a pretty damn long time by like
Before we
AAA
start
development
it.
standards.
Yeah, yeah.
Or at least once.
So that's a great example of like, of course, like it's gonna have to be released at some point, but it obviously wasn't ready. And that's one of those like you have to curb your ambitions at some point. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that can also be blamed on the people making it at a certain level because you do need
Like
to.
the lead designers, yeah.
Yeah, you do need to be like, hey, we need to stop this. And didn't they like restart the project when Keanu Reeves joined it or something like that? Like, I know they ended up redoing a whole bunch of stuff or something like that.
I do not know anything about that. It would be weird if they restarted it.
I don't think they restarted, but I know that it like had to change direction because of him.
Mm.
Or I remember reading something like that. Like that was one of their delay things.
I think it was also like kind of like probably also marketing.
I might be thinking of Doom Eternal restarting.
Maybe, yeah. Or
I might be
Doom
getting.
2016 restarting, yeah.
Which one restarted? I thought they both restarted.
2016 definitely. Cause like, what is it? Like, it was kind of like a lot of false starts with like Doom, the Hell on Earth, Call of Doomy, like that's where like all those
Yeah, I like that. That's
all those like memes kind of like started. But like, I think it was like, honestly, it could almost be attributed to JP LeBreton posting that like blog article saying like what the gameplay of Doom kind of is, and that is like, you know, it's like 3D Robotron, and it's like just a like an action game that is like, you know,
I think
using
you're onto
speed as
something
your
with that.
defense.
I mean, I also think that definitely the popularity of Doom and I hate to say this, but brutal Doom and like that kind. I'm not gonna give it that much credit, but I'm gonna say that like all the mod MDB stuff and all the like the popularity of like Rip and Tear becoming a meme and all that.
Which Ling credits himself with to no end.
Good for him.
For uploading the scans of the Doom comic. Without that, they would be lost to time.
Yeah.
Lost to time.
Because when I first played Doom 2016, I described it as this. Doom 2016 does not feel like the original Doom to me. Doom 2016 feels like the parody of the original Doom that we've all internally come up with. Like, Doom is about this, and it's great because it does it so sincerely. And, like, to me, the greatest example would be, like, the, where you're trying to shut down the reactor, and, what's-his-face is like, now remove these very carefully, and, like, Doom Guy just, like, breaks them off and, like, just destroys them.
His established character is like, I just want kill things.
Right, and that's
my job.
Exactly. Or like the fact that the plot is like that hell is a third world country that we exploited for resources.
I mean, that
is basically the plot.
With the worst way.
The plot is basically that the CIA instituted some sort of weird coup and we mined hell.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like I know, but that's basically like it's a third world country. That's what I was saying. The CIA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Come on.
I did not know exactly where you were going with that, but yes.
Yeah. So.
But like, I feel like Doom Eternal does like start like pushing itself into the realm of parody sometimes. That's like the only.
I
critique
think
I
that
have
Doom
with it.
1 was a not Doom 1, but Doom 2016. I think started there, and I don't think it ever left there.
It started there, but there was enough. It was restrained enough to the point where it isn't like, you know, super goofy.
I guess.
Like Doom Eternal pushed it into goofy, which is, I don't know. I don't really have too much of an opinion on it, but Doom 2016 was a strong comeback.
Okay, I can see that. I'm cheating to see what each of these do. Okay, so I need to hit that one. What does that one do? I don't know what that one does, but for sure we're gonna hit that one. This has been like just such a 1994 map.
Yeah.
Other things that I think you can really credit Doom 2016's change of direction with, besides like the popularity of things like the Doom comic, brutal, like that style of Doom. I'm not gonna just say brutal Doom, but like definitely in like that 2013, 2014 period, there was like an emphasis on that aspect of Doom for a lot of the community.
Yeah. Voice crack in the middle of that. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, they're. I want to say, like, there definitely has been somebody saying somewhere, we kind of have to delve back into what made Doom quote unquote controversial at the time, because that's what will like turn heads of people that have never seen it before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that is what that is.
Yeah, then on top of that, I think the boom of retro games that also kind of started around there helped kind of push like Doom to like id Software to think like, oh, let's think more back to Doom's roots and then kind of build from there.
Yeah, well, what is it like when I talked to JP about it? Like when I saw him at like saw him at GDC one time. I said, you know what is it? Zazer credits you with the kind of like how Doom 2016 kind of got revitalized as like a, you know, an action shooter and whatever because of like that blog post you wrote. And he goes, well, I can't say anything for sure, but what I will say is I was definitely contacted by somebody in id to talk to me about that. And so he's like, so I'm not saying either way that anything happened because of that, because I can't say for sure.
I'm gonna put as much stock in that as I put into anonymous sources say.
Anonymous sources say.
Anonymous sources say.
A source that asked to not be named.
Ian Rappaport is reporting.
Michael Rappaport is reporting.
Actually,
you dick stain! You fucking dick stain!
That's unfair to
Everybody
Ian
in
Rappaport.
Congress-
Most of what Ian Rappaport breaks is actually like he does have really good sources and actually breaks.
Yeah. I just wanted to make a Michael Rappaport joke.
Yeah.
Fucking dick stain! You dick stain Donald, let's see you come down back to New York City!
Oh, what are people gonna do without Orange Man Bad?
I guess Stephen Colbert has to fire his whole writing staff.
I know, right? Yeah.
Because they're useless now.
Everyone hates West Virginia man now.
Oh, perfect. Remember Bean Dad, guys? Remember how that was like 3 days ago? Remember that? How that was 3 days ago? And then fucking a bunch of traitorous pieces of shit just made us completely forget about that? Oh, God, that was great. Remember Bean Dad? Fucking...
Bean.
I don't even know Bean Dad. The only reason I know Bean Dad is because of Max. You lied. That was like 6 months ago. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. That was literally like, if 2020 was long, man, 2021 is going to be like a decade.
I don't know how that led to what is that podcast by the McElroy brothers, My Brother and Me. I don't know why that led to them needing to change their like I guess theme song for their podcast.
Do you think he did the theme, or it
He
was?
did.
He's
It was
on some podcasts with. This is the things I know about Bean Dad. I know that he wanted to teach his daughter how to open a can of beans, which
It was by Bean Dad. The theme was written by Bean Dad.
yeah, okay, okay.
This is so stupid. This whole fucking thing is stupid.
It is. So he wanted to. This is what I know about Bean Dad as part of the not very online crowd. Okay. And again, most of the things I know online come from other people sending them to me, and then I just like site content aggregator send them to whoever I think will also think it's funny. You know, I'm basically the modern day version of parents when they have access to email. I'm like stuck in this area. I don't know.
Forward. You won't believe this one story about this dad.
Yeah, exactly that. Except
Forward,
it's
forward,
it's
reply,
it's
forward,
like
yes.
it's like tweets, and then I read the tweet, and then I have to go to the person's Twitter account and check their politics before I decide who I'm going to send it to. Because I, you know, God forbid I send something from like some right-wing person to my left-wing friends or vice versa. Then I got to deal with like, why are you looking at this person's Twitter account? I understand you're just trying to send me something funny, but Nazis and communists.
Yeah.
And then it's like, God, I fucking hate you, and I don't want to be friends with you anymore. But
Some people you just gotta let go.
you just gotta live with it. Anyways, so what I know about Bean Dad. One, he wanted to teach his daughter that self-reliance and be like a figured-out-yourself parent, which, two, I would have been for, except apparently he doesn't know how to actually fucking open a can of beans and let his child starve for half a day to figure out how to use a can opener, which, if you're gonna go the route of figure it out, it'll make you stronger, you need to be able to do it yourself. That's my stance on that.
He didn't know how to open the fucking can of beans.
That's
He knew how to open it the standard way. There's a different way to do it too.
Oh. Whatever. Fucking bean. Like, look. If you're known as
three. Apparently he's on a podcast with Ken Jennings of all people.
Oh, yeah, new Jeopardy host.
Yeah. So I know that Ken Jennings is the new Jeopardy host.
it's slated to be, but I think he definitely guest hosted. I think he's like supposed to guest host for a while. I don't know if he's going to be.
Ken Jennings, one of the least likable people, is replacing one of the most likable people. What?
He's not the least likable.
Oh no, am I
person.
thinking of? No, I'm not thinking. I'm sorry. I'm thinking a different Jeopardy guy.
You're thinking of Adolf Hitler. No, you're thinking of.
No, Arthur Chu. Arthur Chu is who I'm thinking.
Arthur Chu. Oh my God. Holy shit, that guy is a rabbit hole of bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's like insanely insane. Holy crap! Like, what is it? The funniest thing I ever read or heard about him was like when his ex-wife just started like
I don't know.
Embarrassing shit
I
about him.
don't know why I mixed up Arthur Chu and Ken Jennings.
Yeah, I don't know how either, but holy fuck, man. But like, anyways, the funniest thing I'd learned about Arthur Chu is like, you know, when his like he got I guess divorced from his wife, and then she's just like kind of like dishing out like the shittiest like details about him, and one was like it was like I don't know how to say this, but like Arthur one time had ants, and it's like wait, what do you mean by had ants?
Wait, what?
She's like, okay, one time he just like was like,
This is
yeah,
SD match.wad.
Like we were at the front desk of a hotel, and he just like, you know, he's like leaning on like the desk, and we see ants crawling out of him, like crawling out of, like as if he was like the roach guy from Men in Black, like he was like just like.
Wait, what? What?
Apparently he had ants.
How do you have ants?
Like he was infested with ants. He was infested with ants.
How do you like ants? Like what? How do you...
I know. Look, it's hard for anyone's brain to wrap around that, but apparently he had ants.
You just wake up in the morning.
Like, that's like you would feel them on you. Like, that's not like.
Yeah, like it would be on you, like it would be in his clothes or like on him, but like.
If one ant gets on me, I immediately am like, what the fuck? Oh, there's an ant. Like, kill it. Like,
Yeah, multiple ants.
fucking, how do you have ants?
It's just such a funny phrase. Oh my god! But like, I mean,
First of all, okay.
said,
First,
like,
I would like
ants-
to apologize to Ken Jennings for getting him mixed up with a much worse Jeopardy multi-time winner.
Yeah, Ken Jennings is a wonderful Mormon man.
I am
and
so
how dare
sorry,
you malign
Mr.
him as
Jennings.
such.
I'm so sorry that I mixed up fucking Ken Jennings with fucking Arthur.
Yeah,
Oh.
Arthur Chu had ants. I don't know. He had-
That's who they should have host Jeopardy, though. Seriously. Fucking.
I'm infested by this. What are ants?
This map is just completely broken and unplayable, and it's supposed to be a deathmatch map, so you know that's par for the course. Wicked deathmatch level with tons of guns, ammo. Email me for 2 ultra all caps tips, 3 exclamation points. They will benefit you greatly. This is made by 2 people. 2 people made that completely broken level.
2 people. It was a 2-man effort.
This is serpent.wad. I'm gonna assume it's actually a heretic wad because it's named serpent.wad. It's not. It looks like it's an actual Doom map.
Yeah, I'll be right back. You gotta get a glass of water.
Fucking infested by ants. I can't get over fucking infested by ants.
It is
How-
ridiculous.
How many ants do you have to have on you to be considered infested?
Well, you know the saying, when you see one roach, there are probably like 100 more.
Yeah, dude, I know, but like
I'll leave you with that one.
ants, like Mac. Jesus Christ, the context of that, like. I have to try and explain that to somebody who I want to tell that, like anybody I want to tell that story to now. I have to, like, the context of that is insane. Speaking of awful mix-ups, on par with mixing up Ken Jennings and Arthur Chu. So the other day, in one of the group texts I'm in, one of my friends made a very, very awful, just not funny, just bland, bad joke about Caitlyn Jenner, dead naming her. And like a fucking moron, I looked at the text and went, oh, well, at least he used his proper name. And in my mind, reversed Caitlyn Jenner's transition and thought she transitioned to Bruce Jenner. And was like, wait, no, that's completely fucking wrong. And I don't know how I mixed that up. Oh.
Well, at some point in my life, I started frequently mixing up top and bottom and left and right, so...
It's because I just don't care. That's what I'm told. You just don't care, Richard. That's why you don't bother.
Oh my fucking god. Gender dysphoria.
That's like straight up what it was. And what's fucked up is I was trying to give the person credit for, like, even though they made a really shitty joke, like, at least they were like, I was like, you know, that shows that modern sensibilities are changing, that even when, like, somebody who would typically be very hostile to that is making a joke about it, they're doing it the right way. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, that's completely wrong.
Oh, what's this about?
One of my friends in a group text I'm in made a joke about Caitlyn Jenner in regards to, there was something that we were talking about, somebody constantly changing their plans. It's just a stupid joke. I'm not going to repeat it because it's not funny. Anyways, so they said Bruce Jenner, and then my dyslexic ass looked at that, and for some reason, for like 3 minutes, got in my head that Caitlyn Jenner transitioned to Bruce Jenner, not the other way around. and was like thinking like, oh, progress, they're using the right name. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, I'm just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
that's gender
yeah.
dyslexia, as Keaton called it.
It's gender dyslexia. I've heard of dysphoria, but not dyslexia. I'm trying to think if there's a joke around like can I make another word with the words male or female? I'm trying to think of some kind of anagram joke there. Oh well, I'm too tired. Fuck.
What is this level?
What a fucking evening.
What am I even supposed to do here? What the fuck is this? I'm assuming this is just a deathmatch map that's super fucked up.
Mm. This sure is a map.
This is a deathmatch map, 100%. I love the flat usage in this map, honestly.
It's all
I'm not
P4.
playing this map anymore. Alright, this next map is Sewers. This is going to be the last map we play because its name's Sewers and fucking Jesus
Yeah, of
Christ.
course it's
Damn, there's a lot of
We're-
laps to go.
Okay, Maximum Doom always, like, lures you in. You think you're making progress, and then you just hit, like, a roadblock that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Is this the Sewers that was included with, Doom? Whatever version had Sewers? Where does it even play in? Oh god, I can't even read right now. Oh, it plays in E1 or E3 1. One of the things I hate about Doom 1 versus, you know, the rest of the... I've played this before. I've 100% played this before. Yeah, I've played, and this is the one that's in that map set. So we're not going to end on this. Not No Rest for Living. This is Shadows.wad. This will be the last one we play. Not No Rest for Living, but the BFG edition I think it came with. Or was that Betray?
Well, no, it has sewers. I think that was like E1M10.
This is just a deathmatch map that we've already played. Jesus Christ, can we get one map we haven't played? This is Shadows 3.wad. It's probably the same thing. Yeah, it is. It's the exact same one. This is Shogun.wad there. That's maybe something we've done. We're talking about not making progress, then we just clip through like fucking 3 map sets like it was nothing. And this also has no monsters in it. It's just a deathmatch map. Jesus Christ. Alright, one more map. If it's a deathmatch map, then we've got through 4 maps instantly, and it's good. This is Shotgun.wad.
Shogun to shotgun.
Also a deathmatch map. Jesus Christ, good job. We just cleaved. Just cleaved like was nothing. Look at that. This looks like it's an awful deathmatch map. Which I don't feel like... I probably should stop saying that. I probably... If we find a good deathmatch map, we should be like, man, this is actually a good deathmatch map. Which, of course, we'd never know because we're not playing deathmatch on them, but... I feel like I can look at something and think it's a bad deathmatch map.
It's like by competitive standards these days, it's never really going to be that. Oh, and I guess all the items are flagged as deathmatch, so they're not going to appear in single player. Seemed awfully empty.
Seemed awfully empty. Did any of these have anything fun in it? Jesus Christ. Shooting Shadows .wad has like a fucking... It's got like formatting to it. When did the standard text file format for Doom start? Because it's amazing that the format we still use today for these text files existed back then, and everybody like got on board. Like 90% of these use it.
I think it was like, well, whatever the main archive kind of established. I don't know. It was definitely established around, yeah, like early or mid 1994.
Okay.
Pretty early on.
So shooting the Shadows.wad when we did, is a
It may have been like Ty's doing, yeah. Ravage Fox might be correct. It may have been Ty's
Yeah,
doing.
it might have been Ty's doing. So shooting Shadows.wad. In fact, here, let me pull it up by the way, so we can look at it because it's important that we look at what this text file is describing because this is a majestic text file. It's formatted, so like there's like, it's like centered a little bit.
Mm.
So like here is the map for shooting shadows, right? This is what it looks like. Um, it is a professional deathmatch level for professional deathmatch players, made by Ivan and a Sergey from the Technical University of Vienna. Okay.
Nice.
Like there's like they centered things. It begins with here it is ellipses. Short description. It's E1M1. It's small. It has all weapons. It has no monsters. It has, capital has, a quotes level end. It has 2 teleporters. It has many deathmatch start positions, more than 15. It, in all caps, it is great with 6, 10, 13, 31 exclamation points. Okay. Freely distributed. You can copy, play it, give it to your friends. You can include it into your shareware CD or HD, but only if the file's included. The first 20 or 40 lines of this are not changed, and Shadows 2.wad is not changed. This is actually labeled as Shadows 3.wad. Have fun. Any comments are welcome. They're still working on deathmatch wads. Anyways, 31 exclamation points. That's not the record, but I love the add a million exclamation points. That like it's in every text file. Like it's such a common thing for these like
Very enthusiastic.
they're very
Yeah.
enthusiastic. I mean, it's just one of those things that happened back in the day. Yeah. So,
No, it
anyways,
was the 19th. Cold War had ended.
yeah. That I mean,
Time for
it still hasn't ended. I mean, we still do it nowadays. I mean, we just find it more obnoxious nowadays. But it's great to see the It's like when like you ever go back and think of the things you liked when you were like 18 or 19, like that early adulthood. Not like the things you liked when you
Yeah.
were a kid, but the things you liked when you were an adult, and really realize like how much you still change between 18 and 25 when you really
Oh, yeah.
become an adult. And just
Yeah.
look at that period where you like because you have this overconfidence of like I'm an adult now, I know my shit.
Yeah.
But you don't have the proper experience to back it up. So there's some things from that period of your life that are just like you look back and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, that was the stupidest period of my life.
Yeah. I want to set my whole 20s on fire.
Yeah, so that's basically what these text files are like looking back at. It's like just yeah, okay. I mean, because these were grown ass men. Like these were college. Like this isn't the like nowadays you'd see that stuff from somebody who's Joe Ilia, like 13-year-olds. Even though I know that Joe Ilia is not 13 anymore, he will forever be 13 because I like the perfect mental image that I've made of him, and nothing will ever change that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's the kind of stuff that where you go back and you look at it, and it's adorable to look at. It is definitely there's an outsider art. I think that's the greatest way to describe it. It's outsider art of Doom, but we Joel has the mindset of a 13-year-old. I agree. That we have now like time capsuled and brought forward into 2021. Yeah, and so it's great. But yeah.
Yeah.
31 exclamation points. Never changed. 90s. All right, everybody, have yourself a great night, great weekend, yada, yada, yada.
Have a great night. Do not get ants.
Yeah, don't get ants. Fucking, we thought COVID was bad, man. Ants. Getting ants is where the fuck, like, you're fucked.
Don't get ants.
Don't get ants. All right, bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.